expressed the opinion that the explosions on Mars are undoubtedly nothing more than severe volcanic disturbances on the surface of the planet. We continue now with our piano interlude.
At a surprisingly low cost, the 88 gives you Oldsmobile's big car styling and big car comfort. And as standard equipment, the famous Rocket T400 engine with a 4-barrel carburetor.
Reasons on rock and roll music and why I preach against it, and I believe with all of my heart that it is a contributing factor to our juvenile delinquency of today.
When I draw on a cigarette, I want to taste something. With Marlboro, I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, Edgar Gore and the Nevermores.
All right. Hopefully my audio's decent here. Still using that webcam mic. For anyone wondering, anyone watching this early part of the stream, that was Edgar Gore and the Nevermores. They're a local band that I tour with here and there. They're really cool. Heavily recommend checking them out. They're on Spotify. And yeah, they just released that album Helvis recently. So I'm just trying to get everything set up because you guys know how TEW can be when it comes to streaming. Getting all these windows synced up and everything with Streamlabs is a pain in the dick. So, as you guys know, with the first episode of any TEW playthrough, it's going to be a lot of load times. It's going to be a lot of, stopping to adjust, to add windows to Streamlabs so you guys can see what I'm seeing and all that shit. So, it's going to be a labor of love, especially because this is my first time streaming TEW 9. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on TEW 9, the first TEW that doesn't end in a year. It actually ends in a number now. So that's cool. I got the stream open on my phone, so that way I can respond to you guys. I can make sure the stream is running all right. I shouldn't have to worry too much about lag, neither should you guys, because this is a text-based wrestling simulator. So, for anyone new to the channel, I'm Oren Milne. I do videos on dyspraxia, and occasionally I do streams. I was trying to stream Minecraft, but it lags like fuck, even on super low specs when I try streaming. But I love wrestling, I love booking, and I love ECW. And today we are going to start a new save, hopefully a forever save. We are going to run Extreme Championship Wrestling in 1970. That's right. Anyone who's followed my channel for a little bit, you'll know I started a save in TEW 2020 that I was streaming, running ECW from the very beginning in 1992. The thing is, that was fun. It was a lot of fun. But I miss the 1970s. I miss starting history from the very, very beginning. So, now that TEW 9 is out, and it's a really good game, anyone who plays TEW, if you're just hopping on the stream and say you play any of the early TEWs, I heavily recommend dropping, what is it, 20, 30 bucks now on TEW 9. It's really good. It's really well refined. The only thing you might have trouble with, and you guys will see when I do some booking here, is the angles. The whole angle system's a little complicated. It's a little annoying, but we'll get through it together. But yeah, we are going to run ECW in 1970. So, this is going to be like a whole ass thing. Alright, one player game, of course. The mod is Territory Days. It starts in January of 1970. So we got the territories in full swing. I did set up that ECW would start out as a member of the NWA. So we are starting out as a territory, which is good. So we're going to obviously play as Oren Milne. For now, just because I want to be somewhat grounded in realism, I'm going to remove the wrestling bears as in-game characters. So yeah, I'll just remove them. And here we are. Eastern Championship Wrestling. No owner, no booker, zero prestige. We're basically doing a local to global. The only difference is this is ECW. So, I'm going to play as the owner because I don't need any owner goals. We're not going to remove any of the companies. We are playing in just straight 1970. The game world looks pretty well diverse. got ECWA here, which is interesting. So we got some outlaws around and everything. That's going to be fun. But let's just take a look at what we've got to deal with here. Starting with 500,000, that's not too bad. I did modify the product a little bit. It started with Classic Balanced. I prefer to use Classic Wild West, especially to start. Obviously, since we're ECW, we're going to eventually change the product to Hardcore Evolved. But for now, Classic Wild West is a good starting point for Eastern Championship Wrestling. Titles, I don't know why the mod maker started us off with Tri-State. I guess it makes sense, we're in NWA territory, so having Tri-State titles makes sense, because we can't have a world title. NWA has the world heavyweight title, so it makes sense. But yeah, we got our Brass Knuckles title, heavyweight title, and tag team belt. So that's what we're starting with. Obviously, we've got me, Oren Milne here. Oh wow, can you guys? Okay, so again, the issue with streaming TEW is the windows. So let's get the important thing up first. Let's open up the roster window and add that so you guys can see it. Window capture, add source. Okay, I fucked that up. I fucked it up. Fuck. Okay. So one thing that absolutely sucks about streaming this game is it doesn't work like other ones. But what's cool is they're named properly. So here we go. Now we got a roster window up here. You guys can see it all right. Let me lower this down here. Okay. So this is our roster. Right now it's just me, Oren Mill. Let me just rename this to roster. Okay. Cool. I'll show off titles, storylines, all that stuff. I wanted to do a proper setup here while the stream intro was going on, but I didn't want the stream intro to take so long. I figured it's just easier to do it this way. I am an occasional wrestler, manager, and color commentator. Just for now, we'll see who we end up hiring and everything. But we got the NWA breathing down our neck. That's something we got to worry about. We are NWA affiliated, right? Tell me we are. Let me just double check. Yep, there we are. Eastern Championship Wrestling with the National Wrestling Alliance. Oh man, my voice is getting shot already. That's not good. Let me add a window where you guys can. Oh, you guys can see the titles with that window now too. Okay, cool. So let me just expand this a little bit so you guys can see it, because you guys aren't really seeing the whole. Are you? Maybe. Okay, so all right, ECW. All right. I guess first things first, we should hire some workers, right? That makes sense. So, what I would like to do here is I hate when other companies steal my talent, then I don't have them available. So I'm just going to filter by unemployed first. And I'm also going to filter a few things here. You're going to go unemployed, can work in the United States. And the very first thing we want to do is hire a road agent. So we'll go with road agents first. We got a lot of them to choose from here. So I'm going to go personally. Obviously, you know, as more people filter in the stream, chat, feel free. If you want me to hire someone or you think someone will be ideal, let me know. But I'm going to stick with what I know for now. Anyone wondering, I am going to be dipping on some Copenhagen wintergreen here. Love me some Copenhagen wintergreen. We got a bunch of people to choose from here for road agents. Karl Gotch is an option even. I mean, this is 1970, so Karl Gotch is only 45. He's a very young 45. He's doable, but he's also, every time I play this database, Karl Gotch gets taken by some Japanese company and then he retires. Probably won't go with Karl Gotch, honestly. I'm thinking... No, we could get Tojo Yamamoto. Tojo was awesome back in the day. I mean, we could get him even just as a regular wrestler. He's only 80 per show, which is good. So I think I'll hire him. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it looks like I got this. Okay, cool. Cool. So, Tojo's only 80 per show, which isn't too bad. I could use him as a road agent, possibly. If not, I could just use him as like a backbone of the roster, which I might just do. Because Tojo is valuable. He'd be a great fixture in ECW. I'm not sure how good a road agent he'll be, though. I do want to have someone who's a dedicated road agent who I don't have in the ring at all. So I'm thinking Frank Marconi. For anyone who's unaware, Frank Marconi was in a bunch of tag teams in the 60s. Notoriously, I think they were the Cue Balls, they were called. Back in like the tri-state territory, WWF, at the time when it was Capital Wrestling. So we'll give him a hire. He's only 110. We'll just make him exclusively out of ring. He can be a referee too. So he covers our senior referee spot as well, which will be good. So with that out of the way, we could hire another referee. It wouldn't hurt to have a second referee. We're going Joe Louis. It'll be a little expensive. I think we'll grab Robert Gibson's dad for now. Because he wasn't always Robert Gibson's dad. Yes! ECW Faithful. Extreme. Yeah. Perfect person to hop in on this stream is someone named ECW Faithful. I dig it. Alright, cool. So, we'll get Stu Gibson in here as exclusively as a referee. Just so we have another referee in here. We don't want to stretch Frank Marconi too thin. So that's good. We got our referees now. Now we need wrestlers. Alright, so looking through wrestlers, we want brawlers, we want hardcore guys. But we want unemployed guys. We want to build our territory, which means we want to build the guys that make up our territory. So, guys that like, if Bearcat Wright wasn't $500, I'd hire him. You get Beast. Let's see. I'm gonna stick with guys I know who have actually watched wrestle too. Like Bobby Cash. You guys know Pork Chop Cash. Awesome wrestler. Let's see. Chavo Guerrero. Absolute legend. After all, what was ECW if not to bring in these luchadors? So we'll have Chavo be our fucking psychosis, our super crazy. Hopefully, assuming, EMLL doesn't freaking steal him off from me. Dale Lewis, he was a An old classic back in the day. Big old lumberjack looking fella. We could throw in him maybe. Nah, not Dale Lewis. I want to stick with people who I know who have actually seen wrestle. Just for the immersion of it all. You know, like, I as much as I love some of these guys and their impact on history, don't get me wrong, you like guys like Darling Dagmar, one of the legendary midget wrestlers. I think she was one of the ones trained by Moolah, her and Diamond Lil. It's like I haven't seen her wrestle, so I don't want to just like raise hell, praise Dale. Hell yeah. Let's see, Duke Miller, Duncan McTavish, Eddie Sharkey. We could definitely get Eddie Sharkey in here. I think that's what we're going to do. We'll get Eddie Sharkey, native of Florida, I believe. Let's see, Fishman. We're going to have like a whole fucking lucha division. This is definitely going to be, and fucking Spaceman Frank Hickey. Freaking love this guy too. Due to declining physical abilities, he needs a reduced schedule. That's fine. Give him events and A shows. I'm cool with that. Let's see. Guillotine Gordon. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Guillotine Gordon. He was a character back in like the WWF. And he had this gimmick where it wasn't like a guillotine leg drop. He would actually he would have somebody on the outside on the apron and then pull their head behind the top rope and then lay his hand down like a fucking, lay his arm down like a guillotine, like a lariat. We get him. He had a couple of matches with Bruno Sammartino, had a couple of matches with Ox Baker. Obviously, we gotta have Gypsy Joe. This is EC fucking W. Yeah, we're getting Gypsy Joe. Let's see, Ivan Putski, the Polish Power. Can never go wrong with Ivan Putski. James J. Dillon, fucking build the Horseman in ECW. Why not? Let's see, Jimmy Garvin. I'm just trying to imagine Jimmy Garvin in the actual ECW. Jimmy Snuka was the first ECW heavyweight champion, right? Or he was one of them. Was he the first or was that Don Morocco? I remember he feuded with Don Morocco for the ECW title. So it's only fitting, as much as I hate Jimmy Snuka, that fucking murderer. Jose Miguel Perez, he was great. Was it him or was it one of the other guys? I remember there was a Puerto Rican WWE guy or WWF guy that was in the first CZW show. Was it Jose Miguel Perez or was it? Oh fuck! Hold on, I gotta look this up. It wasn't. It wasn't Jose Rivera. That's it. Jose Rivera, not Jose Miguel Perez. Thank you, ECW faithful. Yeah, I knew it was him or Don Morocco. Well, this time Jimmy Snuka is too young to be the first ECW heavyweight champion. So yeah. Killer Carl Krupp. No, I'm thinking Killer Carl Cox. He was in the AWA. We're gonna have to raid the AWA for sure. Steal some of their talent. For those of you who don't know, ECW Faithful is my best friend outside of YouTube. So, Mario Galento was fucking nuts. So fun story about Mario Galento. For those who are watching the stream later, Mario Galento was he was a journeyman, total freaking jobber, and Jim Cornette once told this story. It was fucking hilarious. I guess he would just have people punch him in the face, and he would be all like black and blue and shit. He was like fucking nuts. Irish Mickey Doyle, we gotta bring him in. Let's see, guys who I've seen wrestle. We're Norvell Austin. He was cool. He was a massive heel in the Southern Territories. One of the first like black wrestlers in the territories to be all like, you know, Black Panthers, you know, black rights and shit. Like, oh fuck, Norvell Austin. And then he had a thing, I think it was Mid-South. Was it Mid-South? I think it was Bill Watts, where he was with Coco Beware. They were the Pretty Young Things, and they were a high-flying tag team, but they were still heels, I'm pretty sure. We could get Pat Barrett. Pat Barrett was in... He was in NWF, which was Johnny Powers' promotion, in New York for a short spell of time, and then he went up to his hometown in Ireland and did a lot more there. He was in the WWF. He was throughout like the territories, but he was relatively unknown. We could get Pat Barrett in here. We just make a fucking bunch of Irish people, put them in a fucking tag team. Let's see. Ramon Perez, Randy Tyler, Ray Hunter, Rene Lesartese is another one. He wrestled as Rene Lassar for a while. We could use him as a road agent too, which would be pretty cool. Yeah, we're just looking around here though. Oh, Robert Fuller, Colonel Robert Parker. Yeah, ECW Faithful. They did work a lot of places. So I know they were in Mid-South, though. I know that for sure. Oh, we're definitely getting Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper should have been in ECW. Are you kidding me? The dude was he was a brawler. He could do everything. He could talk. He's going to be awesome. Ron Fuller, since we're getting Robert Fuller, we might as well get his brother. We get the Fuller brothers. Sam Bass, Sandy Parker, Eddie Graham. So they were in Florida. They were in Fritz Von Erich. So they were in World Class. Holy shit. They were like everywhere. I could get Stan Nielsen. Yeah, well, wasn't Stagger Lee Coco Beware too? I thought Coco Beware was Stagger Lee too. Or was that different? Yeah, I agree. Piper would have been awesome. So anyone unaware, I am a mark for the Crusher. Reggie Lazowski. And Stan Nielsen, I've never seen him wrestle, so I'm sticking to my philosophy of playing TEW on stream, that I will only hire people I've seen wrestle. But before Reggie Lazowski was the Crusher, he was just Reggie Lazowski, and you had Stan Lazowski, who was his tag team partner. Yeah, there were a couple of people that were Stagger Lee, right? I know there were a few people who were Stagger Lee. And sorry, ECW Faithful, I haven't watched Sweet Daddy Siki wrestle. So he's not coming into ECW. I'm sorry. Stan. Oh, yeah, he kind of does. He does. Sweet Georgia Brown. We could get Sweet Georgia Brown in here. I haven't hired any women yet, so she'll be our only women's wrestler. I have seen her wrestle. I've seen some of her old shit. She's pretty cool. Killer Tim Brooks, for sure. The predecessor to fucking Necro Butcher. Mostly through Southern Territories, yeah. Yeah, I know he trained Edge, but I haven't watched him wrestle. And I'm sticking to... That is going to be my hard and fast rule for this save. Because I want to get super invested. Or what's the word? Immersed. I want to be immersed in this save. So I only want to get guys who I've seen wrestle. Obviously, we're getting Ultraman in here. Uncle Elmer! Nothing says ECW like Uncle Elmer. EC-dub. EC-dub. Oh, man, this is going to be great. I wonder if bringing ECW Faithful into this chat is going to lag it at all. With Brickhouse Brown called Soul Patrol. Wasn't Soul Patrol... No, maybe not Soul Patrol. What was the Rock's dad? Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas. What were they? They were Soul something, right? Yeah, that's true. You know what? I just watched... What was that? Not What Culture. I think it was Cultaholic. They just did a video on people who only had one match in ECW. And they mentioned the one night that Viscera showed up in ECW. As a member of the FBI, too, which is hilarious. Yeah, okay, they were Soul Patrol. I swear they weren't Soul Patrol though. Now that I mention it, they were something though. Were they Soul Patrol? Wait. It's 1970. Were they in 1970? What the fuck was their? Okay, that makes sense. Well, no, Rocky Johnson was Soul Man Rocky Johnson. I remember that. Is Tony Atlas even... I don't think Tony Atlas is active yet. So I can't see what their tag team is. Somebody look that up and back that up. Because I know they weren't Soul Patrol. They were something, but they weren't Soul Patrol. This fucking news story. Oren Milne became the new head of ECW last night, somehow managing to grab the reins of power in one lightning-fast move. Insiders and investors alike are said to be bewildered, with one leading analyst being heard to remark, "What the fuck just happened?" Alright. I mean, ECW just opened. Is it that much of a shock that I decided to take over? Yeah, is that shoot? Is that shoot ECW Faithful? the Rocky nickname came from the fact they had 4 different kinds of herpes. Oh man, ECW Faithful, I would bring you onto this stream just to chat, if I could, man. But I know if I open up Messenger, it's gonna fucking crash my Streamlabs. Messenger is really fucking wonky on Windows. All right, let's move forward. Let's move forward a day. While I question whether Rocky Johnson shoot had herpes. We're getting this stream off to a good start. I mean, hey, I got 7 viewers right now. This is great. Maybe chat. Somebody throw out some ideas of what works best. Maybe Discord might work all right with Streamlabs. All the big streamers use Discord, right? Let me see. I'll open up Discord and we'll fuck with this in between the loading screens and see if we can get something going on here. I am so glad I am not screen sharing right now. I have things on my Discord that I don't like to share. I'll leave it at that. Let's see. For anyone wanting to join the Discord, let's see. Let me. Does anyone know how to make Discord work with Streamlabs? I feel like a boomer right now. Oh, Dick the Bruiser. That's right. We need to see about the Crusher, cause I am a mark for the Crusher. We have 500 grand to spend. He's only 240 per show. We're gonna be contending with the AWA, but like, you know, why not? And don't worry, ECW faithful. I saw your last message. I'm choosing not to acknowledge it right now. Let's see. At gunpoint, yeah. I'm not bringing out my gun on stream. It'll get us shut down so quick. Alright, you guys can't see this, but I am putting in a request to get the Crusher in. Oh, he would have been great in ECW in his prime, too, though, the Crusher. The Crusher, Dick the Bruiser, fucking Ox Baker. We should see if Ox Baker... Well, Ox Baker is probably working for like 1.5 million companies right now. The Crusher I don't mind hiring because he's primarily only in the AWA. And he's not going to move from the AWA. We've got... EMLL is threatening to take Gypsy Joe and Jimmy Snuka. EMLL is just going to be a fucking thorn in my side. I know it. How about Ox Baker? Should I get Ox Baker in here? We should get Ox Baker. I'll get Ox Baker in here. Although he's gonna end up signing for like a bunch of different companies and shit. And it'd be really frustrating when he doesn't show up. So, I mean, I guess on the plus side, unlike the 1992 save, we don't have any predefined events that we're going by. We're not beholden to Todd Gordon and his schedule. So we can just schedule and make events around our roster's other companies. I am not thinking straight right now. Why do I only have $499, $928 available? What did I spend money on? Did I spend money on something? I don't remember spending money on something. What did I just lose money for? $72 for performance. Merchandise production. I don't remember spending money on anything. What are my running costs right now? Okay. Anything else happen right now? Salvador Lederoth is trying to be a pain in the ass. Yeah, he is. He always is. Let's see. Let's see. Audio. I can open up an audio channel. I'll open it up in the general channel here. Hopefully that doesn't fuck with that. Okay. Cool. Let me share the Discord, and we'll go from there. How do I share my personal Discord? Orange Mix. Create category, create event. Oh, I'm such a boomer sometimes. Okay. Gene Kaniski! Everyone look at Gene Kaniski. Yeah. Alright. Terry Garvin, boo! Alright, look at Terry Garvin in the load screen while I try to share the server. Server settings? Okay. Okay. I don't have any mods either, which makes me hesitant to share my Discord publicly, just because I'm streaming. It's one thing when I'm sharing it on my YouTube channel. It's another thing when I'm sharing it while I'm streaming, because scary shit happens when you share your Discord in a stream. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of that. That's the funny thing about the 1970s, is we have a lot of people we don't necessarily like being around in wrestling right now. Guys like Grizzly Smith, guys like, well, Vince isn't around yet. I think he debuts this year, though. Let's see. No events. User settings? No, not user settings. Notification, threads, show member list. ECW Faithful, you are in my, you're in my, my Discord. You're a member already. See if you can hop on the general audio channel, and we'll see if we can get you in on this chat. I'll turn up my desktop volume. Hopefully people will be able to hear you then. Okay. Yeah, that works. Okay, so where are we at now here? Angel Blanco won the NWA World Middleweight Championship. The only title I really want to follow, obviously as a member of the NWA, we might need to use a middleweight title since we have luchadors. But I knew Dory was still NWA Heavyweight Champion. But we want to keep an eye on this belt. Also, the Junior Heavyweight title we could use too. For our luchadors. Danny Hodge currently holds the belt. But Dory Funk Jr., NWA Heavyweight Champion, hell yeah. We want to keep an eye on that. We want to keep an eye on any title changes that happen, because the NWA Heavyweight title is big. The only other title I'm really kind of wanting to keep an eye on is, just out of curiosity, is the WWF World Heavyweight title. Bruno Sammartino is currently on his fucking million-day fucking ECW title reign. So, he's currently at was it 2,432 days. So it'll be interesting to see when he drops the belt. Otherwise, I mean, I'm not too picky about who wins what belts and everything. I'm not trying to watch the other companies so much unless they start stealing my talent. But alright, we can start hiring some of these guys now. Are you on? Are you in the? You gotta hop in the general under audio on my Discord. There's a general channel. If you hop onto that channel, I should be able to hear you then. And then the chat will be able to hear you. So, let's see. I'm going to take myself off of active duty for now as a wrestler. Just until I even all of this out. Because I want to have an even split of faces and heels. Obviously, this is 1970, so we'll have the Pork Chop Cash will be a heel. Spaceman Frank Hickey will be a face. Jimmy Garvin's definitely got to be a heel. Ultraman's a face. Come on. Oh, apparently Ultraman was in ECW as Milo Ventura. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Should I? No. We're gonna keep him as Ultraman because he's fucking Ultraman. Norvell Austin will make him a heel. Sweet Georgia Brown. That's Sweet Georgia Brown, and she's not even doing anything. Which I guess would mean that Fishman would be a face. Tojo would be a heel. Tim Brooks can be a face. I don't mind him being a face. Can he play face? He's better as a heel, but we're going to use him as a face. He's going to be our Necro Butcher. Yeah, it's the general under voice channels. Once you click on that, you should be in. Just make sure you mute your stream when you hop on. Because otherwise we're going to have like crazy fucking feedback and shit. Sweet Georgia Brown will be heel. Okay, Stu Gibson's going to be just a referee, so don't matter if he's heel or face. Guillotine Gordon's got to be a heel. Mario Galento, can he play a face? I want my even split here. He's better as a heel, but we can use him as a face. Alright, cool. Filling out our roster a bit here now, which is good. Alright, cool. So our roster's filling out a bit. I'm going to wait until we have our full roster before I set up the inner circle. Yeah, NWA Texas. No. I just have to keep my eye on all of this stuff. It looks like Jimmy Snuka signed to EMLL. Thank you, Salvatore Loderoth. Are you in? You sure you're in? Oh, you're in the wrong server. Okay. I was on my main server. But here, let me see if I can get out of this server here. Okay, I see you're in the one server we set up a while ago. Let me back out of it. Hold on. Okay. Alright. There you are.
Hey there.
Okay, cool. You're in the you're in the stream, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah,
ECW faithful.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you all right, and it looks like according to Streamlabs, we're picking you up all right, so you're good.
Okay, good.
Just make sure you keep your stream muted. You might have some lag though, just because stream lag. You know how that is.
Yeah. The usual delay that comes with anything live. I gotcha.
Exactly. I mean, right now we're staring at a. I mean, it should still be synced enough because I mean, even on my YouTube where I'm watching it live, it looks like we're staring at a picture of Sailor Art Thomas, which is nice.
Yes, we are.
I love Sailor Art Thomas, legend of the WWA.
Oh yeah.
So let's see. Now we gotta decide faces and heels. All right, we'll bring in Frank Marconi, obviously.
Of course.
Chavo is gonna be a heel because I made so many of our luchadors' faces already.
You did what WCW did in the mid-90s.
So yeah. Jose Miguel Perez, we will make him a face. Roddy Piper. Okay, so the Fullers. Are we going to make the Fullers faces or heels? That's the question.
That's a good question.
Because, I mean,
Because they do.
they're what, second or third generational, like, wrestlers now. Because the Welches were around for a while, and then, you had Buddy Fuller and, who was the other one? There were a couple of Fullers. There was a shit ton of Fullers. That family, a lot of people talk about, like, the Harts and the Anawais, but, like, the Fuller Welch family goes fucking back.
Also, I love how you're mentioning the Harts and you're switching between a guy who's part of the Hart family in between the two of them.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Roddy Piper's part of the Hart family. He's Brett's cousin.
Oh, shit. Well, then he's definitely going to be a heel.
Who Brett is also a former ECW original.
He is. So is Scott Hall, actually.
Yeah, because Brett worked that one match while still WWE champion in Amarillo for an ECW house show.
Yeah, wasn't that like a Terry Funk memorial or not retirement gimmick or whatever? And then he didn't end up retiring.
Yeah, it was one of his like 798 retirement matches he had.
Let's see, damn. See, the crazy thing is this stream, and this happens always when I stream, is like it goes up sometimes up to like 10, and then drops down to 2, and then up to 4, and then down to like 2. So it's like I want to say, hey chat, tell me how friggin' ECW faithful sounds, but like I don't think there's enough consistent viewers right now to really tell me.
Yeah. Also, is it just me or does Ron Full, the younger of the Ron, was it Robert or Ron who was the younger of the two?
I believe
the one who kind of looks like.
I believe it was Robert.
The one who kind of, if you squint, looks like Chris Jericho.
Yeah, this is Robert Fuller. He was Colonel Robert Parker. WCW.
It's weird seeing him young.
It is. And what else? Tennessee Lee. That was the other fucking gimmick.
Yeah, when he was managing Harlem Heat with that racist ass gimmick where they were chained up in jumpsuits because he won them in a poker game.
I'm going to make a. What is this? Just NW. You know what? I'm just gonna make it NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling, and that's gonna be like a monthly event. And that'll be like an hour and a half. Yeah, that's. I'm trying to think because with the way the territories worked, you had like 2 shows a fucking week.
Yeah. Then you also had places like Houston, which only worked like 1 show a week, and it was a 1-town territory.
Well, I'm thinking NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling, like an hour and a half every 2 weeks.
That works. And worst comes worse, you can mix in spot shows too.
Exactly. And it's going to start on Friday the 9th, I think.
Hell yeah.
And I'll adjust it. I'll adjust it based on who I have available. I'm just doing that just so I can look at pre-booking, so I can see what my spread of faces and heels looks like.
Yep. And that was the thing when it came to Houston too. Paul Bosch was basically a booking office.
He was. He was. And
He
Eddie Sharkey is going to be a face. Maybe
Hell
not.
yeah.
Maybe not. It's trying to make him a heel. Let's go Ivan Putski first, because he's always a face. And then I'll take a look at Eddie Sharkey, because if he's better as a heel, I'll use him as a heel.
Eddie Sharkey.
He's a former boxer, you know.
Oh yeah, a lot of guys were shooters back then.
I'm gonna make him a face, because he's a legitimate badass. And then
Also,
Pat Barrett can be a heel.
yeah. Also, is it just me or does Mickey Doyle look like somebody you would like cast to play a movie about Mick Foley?
Well, Mickey Doyle, fun fact, was like actually an early gaijin in Japan. He was
That was back then. That was before the even split, wasn't it?
Yeah. So he was in the territories for a very short amount of time as Irish Mickey Doyle, and I don't even think he was really Irish. Like maybe by like heritage, but like he was also in a tag team called the California Hillbillies. Or no, not Hillbillies. California they were California hippies, not hillbillies. And they were like a bunch of surfer dudes and shit. And then he went to Japan and was just a gaijin there for like fucking ever.
So apparently Mickey Doyle was from Detroit.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Like, I knew he was just like American. Like, if you ever hear his promos and shit, he just like fucking just talks normal.
Also, he's still alive to this day, and he didn't even retire until 2013.
See, I can see that. He seems like one of those guys, like Mike Jackson too. Fucking Mike Jackson.
I fucking love Mike Jackson. That man will outlive, or like Bob Evans, who's been wrestling forever and only recently got a little bit of attention.
No, Bob Armstrong just died. I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
Bob Armstrong. I bet he's still wrestling. I bet his fucking corpse is still fucking.
His corpse could have a great match with anybody. What are you talking about?
That's what I'm saying. He's still around.
But speaking of a guy who's been around forever and still working, Bob Evans.
Yeah, fucking. Bob Evans is cool.
I fucking love Unc. I love Bob Evans.
Isn't he Canadian?
No, he's from Massachusetts.
Oh, I thought he was Canadian.
He's from New England.
Because he was in IWS, Sexy Eddie's promotion, not the interspecies one. So IWS, yeah, not ISW.
Oh, Syndicate.
Yeah.
Oh, he was in Syndicate.
Yeah, Sexy Eddie's promotion. That had the fucking. Well, Sexy Eddie, he had that promotion, and then he had a fucking thing where it was like a working agreement with CZW, and that's why throughout like 2002 and 2003 you had like Green Phantom, the Hardcore Ninjas, and obviously Sexy Eddie. Beef Wellington came from IWS too when he went to CZW.
It's also fucking wild that Canada having such a strong wrestling culture doesn't have a major promotion. No disrespect to IWS.
Technically, they have PWS, which for what they were, like, even though they were like an indie, they would regularly have like just these huge fucking names and shit.
Like, no disrespect to IWS, PWS, no disrespect to WWS, ISW, No disrespect to C4, but they don't have like their Ring of Honor, you know?
I don't know. Fucking PWS is fucking huge, dude. Like, they. Have you ever seen like one of their fucking flyers? I've
We'll see.
I've never seen a single PWS show, but back in like the 2000s and 2010s, they used to. Yeah, Gorilla Monsoon.
Now,
What's
was
up,
it Pro
Mike?
Wrestling Syndicate or Pro Wrestling Standoff?
Syndicate, I believe.
Oh, because Syndicate's not based out of Canada; they're based out of New Jersey.
Mike, I would hire Gorilla Monsoon, but he's with the WWF, and I think he's loyal. Although he would be really cool in ECW for sure.
Yeah, I'm hitting. Because there's also another. Oh, wait, that's a brand new promotion, Pro Wrestling Standoff. That started last year.
Yeah, I was gonna say Syndicate was around between the 2000s and the 2010s, and I remember I'd see their flyers on like Facebook all the time, and it would just be
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
I
whole
remember that.
bunch of like former WWE guys, former ECW guys, and they were like, they made up like the whole fucking card. They had to have with how many fucking names were on
Yeah.
that flyer every time.
Yeah, with them. And I guess this is no surprise considering where they were running. They weren't Canadian at all. They were running out of New Jersey.
Really?
Yeah, their shows were primarily at Rahway at that rec center.
Why did I think they were Canadian?
Probably the WS.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that's,
the Rahway. Yeah, the Rahway Rec Center, the one that Ring of Honor used to run out of all the time. CCW ran a few shows out of it. That's where they used to run most of their shows.
that's true, Mike. That yeah, with this mod, all contracts are handshake right now.
Yeah.
Because it's the
Oh, and
territories, they don't have exclusive deals yet. And
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know when the cutoff is for that, but at the same time, I want to try to hire workers that are going to be like loyal to ECW. Like I want to try to build that loyalty. Otherwise, like I definitely would hire Gorilla Monsoon. I also want to try to minimize the amount of workers that aren't going to show up. And like keep in mind
Yeah.
we're in WWF country right now. We're in the tri-state, so it's like we're already kind of competing with them. Um, so like no, not to cut you off, ECW faithful. It's just Mike would
Of
brought up
course.
hiring Gorilla Monsoon, and it's like I love Gorilla Monsoon, I really do. But at the same time, it's like I'm also trying to minimize the amount of workers who don't show up. Like I'm actually
Of course. You want to make sure that who you get is going to be there.
exactly, and I'm actually contemplating not hiring the Crusher because he just what was it? I just saw that he got signed to another promotion too, and as much as I love the Crusher, it's like no, he's just in
Yeah.
the AWA right now, but I think that someone else put in a fucking competing bid.
Probably so, yeah. Also, presently, and I was looking it up, I was trying to remember who was IWS or WWS, but yeah, both of them are still running.
IWS
IWS has
is
been
still
running.
running?
Yeah, Crazy F, PCP, Crazy F, and Manny runs it.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because, like, I haven't heard from or about Sexy Eddie since, like, 2015.
He's still around. I've got him friended on Facebook.
Shit. I wish I was still friended with him on Facebook. He's friends with my old
Also,
account.
Masha Slamovich is there. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm saying he's still friends with my old account, but I like. So
Yeah.
does he still wrestle?
Yeah, he still wrestles.
Shit. Where is he working?
That's a good question. I think he's just all over right now. But yeah, they've got Master Slamovich as their women's champion.
Has Sexy Eddie worked GCW yet?
I'm sure he has. Also, apparently, he also wrestles as Eddie Supa.
Eddie Supa?
Yes, Soopa.
Why? What? Where did that come from?
I don't know. But yeah, most recently last week he wrestled Zach Peterson in a losing effort at Battle War.
I can't believe that he hasn't been in GCW yet. Now, granted, I haven't watched GCW in a very long time, but I just can't imagine it. And it looks like Carl Gotch just won the NWA International Heavyweight title at JWA. It also looks like not fucking All Japan's gonna be starting.
Oh, he did.
Because Giant Baba just walked out on JWA.
Yeah, he has worked GCW.
I thought so.
Yeah, he's had 2 matches so far that I've seen just going through his cage match. One was a 6-way scramble at an IWS GCW cross cut promotion in Montreal, where it was Dante Dubois who beat Alex Mays, Brett Ormans, Bob Anger, Sexy Eddie, and Tara Zepp. And 2 days prior, Bussy and Masha Slamovich beat Green Phantom, PCB, Crazy Effie Manny, and Sexy Eddie.
You're telling me Green Phantom is still fucking wrestling? How can that dude still even fucking walk?
He's still going.
Dude's like
and it was an illusion.
Canadian and masked.
But, yeah, he's still going. Still active.
Giant Baba and ECW. Yeah, I agree.
Now he's not working as many dates as he used to. The most recent one he worked was in January for Big Japan.
Baba is in Hawaii right now.
Hell yeah.
He'd be $190 per show. He'd be cheaper than the Crusher. We could hire Giant Baba.
Hell yeah. Also, Green Phantom wrestled at last year's Bloody Mania too.
Fucking JCW.
Yeah, he teamed with George South against Briar Wellington and Manservant Jeeves.
All right, Mike, here's what we're going to do. All right, because we got NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling in 2 days, and I'm still waiting to hear back from the Crusher. I might have to push this back. I can push this back to Sunday, because it looks like no one is busy that Sunday. The Sunday after, I'm not going to have Gypsy Joe and Jimmy Snuka, but...
God, it's weird seeing Giant Bob with a G.G. Allen mustache.
That's what I'm saying. But Sunday, this Sunday, I should have everybody, including Ox Baker. So...
Also, according to tabloids, he got penis enlargement surgery and was bisexual.
Who, Giant Baba?
Yes.
No way. I don't believe you.
And apparently it was a penis reduction surgery.
Well, that makes sense. He has, acromegaly, doesn't he?
Yeah. Or it was some kind of plastic surgery on his dick. Like I don't know if it was if he made it bigger, if he made it smaller, if he got circumcised, if it was reshaping, because he had the fucking bobbit thing where it looked like a sack of potatoes. I don't know what the deal was.
Well, the thing about acromegaly is it causes everything to grow exponentially because of the pituitary gland. So that's why even if you look at Kali's a really good example, because Big Show had the surgery that stopped it. But if you look at Kali,
which is why,
and Andre, their foreheads and jaws, actually fucking grow. Their whole fucking face.
Or probably the most fucking extreme example, Maurice Tillet.
Oh well, yeah. Did he have acromegaly? I thought he had something else.
He had acromegaly.
I was gonna say didn't Giant Silva have acromegaly too?
Think so as well. Also, and it doesn't necessarily make you grow 7 feet tall because Lars Sullivan had it too.
Lars Sullivan had acromegaly?
Yeah, that's why he looked like that.
He probably had the surgery though.
Probably so. And I think Big Show had the surgery as young as he did, which is why he basically just looks like a regular guy. Only a regular guy who's 7 foot tall.
I was gonna say a regular guy. I don't know about that.
I think Shaq had it too.
Really?
I think so.
I think Shaq was just a big dude.
Yeah. But I think Big Show, he had the surgery early.
I went to high school with this guy. And I think he played college football. So Ben the Wrestling Bear just won the NWA Southern Heavyweight title.
They put it on a fucking bear.
Ben the Wrestling Bear just won the NWA Southern Heavyweight title.
You put the most important title in a territory on a bear.
And the Sheik just won the NWA United States Heavyweight title in MLW.
Which is probably their main belt, because that's how it was back then.
Yeah, well, of course. Our main belt
Kinda
is
like
the Tri-State Heavyweight title, so...
Kind of like how with World Class, their main title is the American Heavyweight title, with
Yeah.
the Texas Heavyweight title being the mid card.
Ben the Goat, that's for sure. You got that right, Mike. Anyway, what I was saying though, I went to high school with this dude, and maybe I don't know. You could probably find him if you look up like college football people. His name was Mike Unger, and like the dude, I don't think he had acromegaly. He was just in general like this big fucking dude, and like, you know how they say, and I like, in case he ever finds this stream or finds out I was talking about him, he was actually surprisingly like the old cliche of a gentle giant. Like he was just a really nice, wholesome dude. But like, you know
Now,
how they say some
do you
people
remember
have
what
like,
school he went to?
huh?
Do you remember what school he went to?
No, not off. His name was like Michael John Unger though, and he was just like he was bulky. He was just a big dude, and like the dude had fucking. So this was like what 2008. So I was in like 8th grade or whatever, and the dude got swine flu, and got over it in one fucking day.
Jesus.
Like the dude, and it's like, you know how they say some people have Neanderthal DNA.
Yeah.
I think that dude was like some part Neanderthal. Because he was just like this big built fucking bulky dude. He was just a natural fucking football player. He was really fucking chill too. Like he wasn't even like an aggressive, scary dude to be around. He just he was just him, and he was really cool.
He played offensive line, didn't he?
I have no fucking idea. You know, my knowledge of football is very limited. But we got the
Yeah.
crusher.
And you went, yeah, Tim, Parkland High School, right?
Yep. Fucking
That's him.
doxing myself.
I mean, this is common knowledge. Everyone knows where we go to fucking high school. I went to Hanahan High School. Shit.
Just gonna dox both of us while you're at it, huh? It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. I'm just a little crazy. Fuck.
I mean, this shit's public. This shit's fucking public knowledge.
I'm just wondering if I should fuck with gimmicks or not.
Well, this is ECW.
Should we start Cult Fiction early too?
Oh, those gimmicks. I thought you were talking about a different kind of gimmick.
No. We'll start. By the way, people, even though he doesn't make content, he's ECW Faithful on YouTube. If you want to follow him, you should start making content now. Since I'm plugging your shit. Start making YouTube videos where you.
I was trying to think what kind of content I was going to make.
You remember that?
I was going to make it up.
Remember that one video you made where you, I am fucking pissed off. It's just you angrily yelling for like what 10 minutes.
There was a few of those like that.
That's what you should do. You should bring back rage content. Remember when that was a thing on YouTube?
Yeah.
Where
And being fat off too.
And I'm not talking about yelling gaming YouTubers either. That was like a thing back in the day, where you just had people who would just fucking yell on YouTube.
And it was over the most minute of fucking shit, too.
That's
It
how
was
you
like
should-
over the... Battlefield has a bug in it! Da-da-da!
Well, you know what? With the state of America today, you should bring back rage content.
I can go Mountain Dew at the store, and it doesn't have sugar in it! Ah!
All right, chat. I know there's only 3 viewers. One of them is me, one of them is you, and the other one's probably Mike. Thanks for
Hi, Mike.
following, Mike. Fishman was one of my best workers in my '92 UWA save. Wow, so you play fucking Fleisch's Chronicles too? Because that's what I played my first ECW save in. When I streamed before. That 92 mod is incredible. I was originally thinking of streaming ECW from the beginning again, but I figured I already did that in TEW 2020. I thought this would be an even cooler idea. But yeah, Fishman is great, dude. If you've ever watched him, Ultraman, like the fucking classics before like AAA became as big as it did.
Oh, yeah. Back when the Peñas were initially trying to get the shit off the ground.
Exactly. So, well, we're getting sidetracked. I need to do some booking. So,
It was kind of like... Really, it's kind of history repeating itself because it's the same thing with AEW coming to be.
yes, this mod and the 92 mod that have workers in it up to present day. Both of these mods, they were my go-to mods in 2022. So, like, and it's fitting that both of these mods, like, were the first, not the first, but one of the first mods to come out when TEW 9, after TEW 9 came out. There was one, I don't know if you played it yet, Mike, called The Big Bang, that it starts in 2001, but it's supposed to be like an alternate save mod where Shane McMahon buys WCW and then runs the Big Bang. Like, you know the Big Bang, that one thing that Eric Bischoff and Chris Jericho said they were going to do after
Yeah, that was Eric Bischoff's plan in case he was able to get the winning bid for WCW.
Exactly.
They were basically take WCW, take the biggest take whatever contracts they could hold on to from to AOL Time Warner, build the roster up, and basically run WCW the way TNA would later be run.
Exactly.
Only up with the deal instead of it being weekly pay-per-views. Because initially the whole idea with TNA was, what if we do a professional wrestling promotion that only does pay-per-views?
Exactly. So here's the thing, this mod, it takes place in 2001, except Shane McMahon actually owns the company. So instead of like kayfabe, he actually bought it, and then he starts the Big Bang. Mike, I heavily recommend you check it out, because I that was the first game I played. It was the first save I played in TEW 9 after it came out. Was this mod, and I played as CZW in it, which that was fun, because it's really true to how the time period was, with the exception of just that. So like even the indies are filled out. You have like all the indie staples, and the indies are like really filled out. Like Brain Damage debuts in 2004, which is something a lot of mod makers miss. Is like the guys you don't see often. You got even like Rockin' Rebel is still in there and shit. So like, definitely check that out, Mike. It's a really good mod. I would heavily recommend it. I don't know if it goes as far into the modern day as Fleisch's 92 mod does. But I mean, it's definitely worth a look if you want to do just like a short save or something in it. But we are getting sidetracked.
Yeah. Like how really would have made perfect sense for that to actually happen. I mean, hell, remember, Shane McMahon did throw a tantrum trying to get Vince to get buy UFC.
Exactly. So
before eventually his LLC bought it.
Pork Chop Cash is getting the Equality Fighter gimmick, and so is... okay, so I have this all planned out. Chavo can keep the Generational Star gimmick. Eddie Sharkey, I'm going to give him... Let's see. I'm going off of Get Some Inspiration. So I'm going to use gimmicks that are typical of the mod, just because it allows cohesion with the mod. Is there like a
Well, I'm here back.
shoot?
That's what my cat.
Gotcha. I'm going to give him
Marlon,
a
what's that,
Street
kitty?
Fighter gimmick.
Football. Why you
That
mouth?
works.
Why you mouth, Davey? Why you? Is it because you want to eat the ferret's cat? Its food? Is that why you mowing?
You make him dual sports
Yeah.
star. That works.
Yeah, we got a
Play into
ferret.
his boxing thing. All right, Fishman, no gimmick needed. I guess that's a fine gimmick. Frank Hickey was the spaceman. I fucking love Frank Hickey. I would heavily recommend if you look at. All right, I don't know if it's still around, but Chicago, the Chicago Theater or something. They used to hold wrestling shows back in like the 40s to like the 60s, and they have like a bunch of they have a bunch of fucking Mike said yay cat. They had a bunch of like old Chicago fucking wrestling matches from like the 50s and 60s you can watch just free on YouTube. I'll give him the comic book villain gimmick. I'd heavily recommend checking him out. He wrestled under Bozo Brown at that time. So, let's see. Frank Marconi, I'm just going to make him a staff member.
I have a gimmick for Frank Hickey.
What?
One where he's an evil guy who gets run over by a car after winning a stolen lottery ticket. So he makes a list of all the bad things he's done in his life.
I am going to make Guillotine Gordon. I'm going to make him Enforcer Luciano. Now, Thomas, are you familiar with Enforcer Luciano?
I am not.
Okay, so Guillotine
And I'm proud of
Gordon in his later years worked a few territories as Enforcer Luciano where he would eat light bulbs. Not like Uncle Fester where he would stick it in his mouth. Like he would straight up just but he would bash the light bulb and then just eat pieces of it. And
so kind of like basically like an older version of Abdullah Kobayashi.
Kind of, but they were just regular light bulbs.
But instead of them being light tubes, they were fluorescent light. They were like the incandescent light bulbs. Oh goddamn.
Yeah, but he did it just for promos. He apparently had a mangled hand that was taped up, and he had like a handful of matches with Blackjack Lanza that were so bad that even in like the 80s, people were like, "Yeah, this is the drizzling shits." Like, yeah. That's Enforcer Luciano. And I am going to keep him as an enforcer.
It definitely seems like an early ECW gimmick, and that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, we're definitely going to... And he had an eye patch, too, which is cool. The Polish Power is going to be the Polish Power. For sure. Ivan Putski. James J. Bebe Dillon. We're going to make him a... Fuck it, he's a franchise player. He's gonna be our Shane Douglas. Jimmy Garvin's gimmick is just set to cocky, and I'm kind of cool with that.
Yeah.
Jimmy Snuka, I'm going to see if there is, like, let's see. No serial killer, no killer.
He wanted his head off, isn't it? He's wanted his head off, like, yeah.
Maniac works, that's fine.
Give
him a serial killer gimmick. Jose Miguel Perez. I guess he could stay as old school face. That pretty much was his gimmick.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mario Galento, I could keep him as badass. That's fine. Mickey Doyle. What should I do with Mickey Doyle? I can make him a geek. I can make him a hippie. Yeah, we'll keep him as a hippie. Fuck it. This is 1970. The hippies are on the fringe. There we go. Norvell Austin will keep him as an oppressed minority. ECW faithful, I think you know exactly where I'm going with this.
Oh Lord, I just realized something. You made Mickey Doyle Dude Love before he was even Dude Love.
Hell yeah.
Speaking of the fucking Mick Foley comparisons.
Ox Baker is going to be a cult leader because we're definitely building cult fiction.
Oh, of course.
Pat Barrett can stay a rogue. Robert Fuller can stay a generational star. Ron Fuller, I got to make him a generational star. I don't know why he has road agent as a role. He's only 21. He is not being an agent in any of my matches. Not yet, not at 21. Roddy Piper, his gimmick will be
Crackhead, because that's exactly what he is.
There used to be a cocky youth gimmick, because he's only like 15 right now. I can make him high society.
Keep away from Terry Garvin.
Oh yeah, I hired Piper early on in this save, Mike. Can make him law enforcer. I can make him a lounge lizard. That fits. Fuck it. 15-year-old lounge lizard.
I mean, this is the 70s.
Yeah, exactly. Stu Gibson can say fan zone. He's just a referee. Sweet Georgia Brown, I feel bad for her because she doesn't have any other women to wrestle. I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to convince her to be a manager. And ECW Faithful, I think you know exactly what I'm doing here. Okay, cool. She agreed to be a manager. So we'll just take her off of wrestler for now. What is that? Piper's Lounge just doesn't have the same ring. Yeah, that's right. It's fine. It'll do. The Crusher we could keep as a road agent, fine. Badass is pretty much his gimmick. Tim Brooks, I'm gonna make him a crazed homeless man. He's gonna be hobo with a shotgun. Tojo, Foreigner, Brute, yeah, that makes sense. Take him off of manager duty. We're just gonna be road testing. A comic book hero. Was Ultraman a comic book hero? Was that really his gimmick?
Oh yeah. I mean, where do you think the name Ultraman came from?
So what was he like like Tiger Mask in that respect? Or not Tiger Mask?
Kinda, sorta.
Maybe Jushin Liger, because
yeah, he was basically like a Mexican Jushin Liger before Jushin really took off.
Okay, so was he a comic book first, or was he a wrestler first?
I think it was you know how it was. So I think the way it was, I think he became the wrestler, and then the comic book was made after him.
Okay. Oh, by the way, you know that Plowboy Frazier is going to be the convict.
Oh, of course.
Because, and I think you saw this coming from a mile away. We're going to go into stables. We're going to add a stable. And Mike, I don't know if you're going to be able to see what I'm doing here, but it's my favorite thing about this mod is that the logos for this stable are in it. We are going to make the Blackout, and it's going to be Norvell Austin as the leader. We're going to have Porkchop Cash as a member, the Convict as Muscle, and Sweet Georgia Brown as the manager, as the valet.
Also, you want to hear something fucking wild? Ultraman had a match as recently as 2019.
Pop-ups aren't showing, but I have enough hours in TEW to know exactly what you're doing. Thank you, man. Well, okay, so you should be able to at least see the first screen that pops up, my stable screen here. Tell me you can at least see the stable screen, because I do have it on at least. Let me see if I can... let me see if the pop-up screen will pop up at least. I can add it. Let me see if I can add a thing in Streamlabs for that. And that way the third pop-up should show up too. Yeah, you can see the stable screen, but not when I make the changes. Okay, so add another source here. Form 1. Yeah, that's what it was the last time I did it too. So it'll be Form 1. Okay, cool. You should be able to see the extra pop-up now. Damn, there's no logo for Cult Fiction. How am I going to build Cult Fiction without the logo?
Is there a way to add it, or?
I'd have to make it.
Yeah.
All right, so if we're not making Cult Fiction, what the fuck is Ox Baker going to be the cult leader of? The New World Order? No. What? Voodoo Murders. What's Voodoo Murders?
Oh, who was? I want to say that was fucking one of no, that was Voodoo Kid Mafia. Who was Voodoo Murders? The name rings a bell, but I couldn't put a finger on who was in it. Oh, it was a stable in fucking in AJPW.
Really?
It was basically their Bullet Club.
Oh, well, now it's Cult Fiction. Fuck it.
Yeah, it ran from 2005 to 2022. It was basically All Japan's Bullet Club.
Well, now it's ECW's Cult Fiction.
And then there was another version that ran in Diamond Ring, K-Jojo, Noah, and Pro Wrestling 01.
Not anymore, it isn't. It's Cult Fiction now.
The original incarnation had guys like Rene Dupree, Charlie Haas, Masada. It had fucking... Satoshi Kojima was in it. Chuck Palumbo was in it. Silver King was in it. God rest his soul.
I love Silver
D'Lo
King.
Brown was in it.
Well, Ox Baker is now the only member of Voodoo Murders right now.
Sam Tanaka was in it.
Who else should I add to Voodoo Murders? I could add Gypsy Joe to Voodoo Murder. Oh no, he's a face.
Also, fucking and A-Train was in that stable too.
Detainee Pyramid. So I have no knowledge or familiarity, but I love that something this specific exists for whomever enjoys it. Alright, awesome. So I'm playing into somebody's fantasy here. Running ECW in 1970. We could add... Okay.
Shenanigans!
So, I'm trying to decide. We could add to Voodoo Murders the Cult Fiction analog run by Ox Baker in ECW in 1970. Do we have J.J. Dillon or Jimmy Garvin as the mouthpiece?
Ask Michael Hayes.
Chat. Mike. Fucking Detainee Pyramid. Who belongs in the Voodoo Murder stable, the cult led by freaking Ox Baker? Jimmy Garvin or James J. Dillon?
You do, and I'm telling on you.
Well, why do I have Jimmy Snuka as a face?
That's a good fucking question.
Jimmy Garvin! Alright, Mike!
Yeah, I'll say that. Give it to Jimmy Jam.
Jimmy Garvin, Freebirds. the cult of Ox Baker and Jimmy Garvin.
Who, if we're talking about Freebirds, has been loaded up forcefully on steroids because he's not Terry Gordy.
Alright, and he's definitely going to be the lackey for sure. Alright.
Hold on, when does Terry Gordy debut?
I think Terry Gordy's around.
Let's look it up, because he was wrestling at like 12, 13 years old.
If 3 names...
Oh no, he won't debut for another 5 years.
Main villain and or assassin, but I defer to Mike. Alright, cool. Well, we can add more people to Voodoo Murders. That's fine. I just want to build the foundation, and we can go from there. Like, we could throw, no, Mario Galento's a face. Why did I make him a face?
But yeah,
Alright.
Terry Gordy wouldn't debut for another 5 years.
Oh, that's fine. We go. He'll still debut. Because what I'm thinking of is we can make this like a long-term save. Like at a certain point in like, I don't know, like 1980 maybe. Or I think there's an 83 mod. We can export the save into a database and then just import everything from 83. I would go as far as 92 and then just import the 92 database. But the thing is, like, because the 92 database goes up to modern day. But the thing is, if we go up to 92, there's a lot of guys yet to debut that don't debut in this mod because its cutoff point is around, like, 1980.
Yeah.
So, like, I say we play this save until, like, I don't know, maybe 80, 85. And then...
Yeah, then roll on to the next one to keep the progression going.
And then we'll keep it going from there until 92. And then from 92, we can just go onward. And by then, we're pretty much caught up to ECW anyway. Just, we're starting ECW, 22 years early.
Yeah. I mean, worst comes worst, that'll help simulate a wrestling recession, too.
Exactly. So we're good. We're good. Alright, I gotta build my inner circle. I keep forgetting to do that. Okay, so we've got gimmicks set. We've got our roster pretty much filled out. We have our stables built. We need storylines for sure too, which we'll get to when we get to the booking, because I like to build the storylines as I book from the first show. As then I'll have a better idea, but we need to set up our inner circle here. So,
because that's a table.
Yeah. So, locker room leaders automatically exclude ill-suited candidates, and nobody is a locker room leader. Nobody is a viable locker room leader. I'm sure I have enforcers at least. We need chief enforcers. Nobody is viable to be a chief enforcer. So I'm basically...
That's the guy with enforcer in his name.
I think I'm just fucking booking on my own here, apparently. I'm just the sole fucking booker making decisions around here.
You're literally just running a fucking overgrown daycare right now, which to be fair fits ECW.
You know what? I don't care if they're ill-suited. I need someone to be my head of talent relations because I am not handling fucking locker room incidents. And a bunch of these guys don't... The problem is they don't have a high enough level of respect to do well in the role. But I don't care if people dislike them. I just don't want them to dislike me. So...
Yeah.
Frank Marconi is going to... He's this 52-year-old dude who's going to be refereeing and road agenting. And he's also going to be the head of talent relations. He's just going to be the fucking... taking the brunt of all the bullshit. I don't bother with morale officers anymore, because every time I use a morale officer, they end up tanking the morale. So, fuck that.
I swear to God, he's wearing more hats than a guy who won the Brickyard 400 at this point.
Well, yes, he is, because he's also our senior road agent. Three ropes and large diapers, yeah. Pretty much. Okay.
God, we better hope he doesn't quit or somebody doesn't sign him.
Well, he's 52, so he'll probably die first. Oh, and he's also our senior referee. So he's just doing everything.
On senior.
How about head men's trainer? I mean, we should have somebody who can do that. No, we don't. Okay. We have a bunch of ill-suited candidates. That doesn't matter. I am going to pick somebody to fucking train our people here. Jose Miguel Perez. Why the fuck not?
Hell yeah.
Or Eddie Sharkey.
I mean, yeah, it's not like he doesn't know how to train people.
He has the natural trainer attribute, and so his effectiveness in this role will be boosted. His lack of experience means that he might struggle in this role. I don't give a fuck. He's Eddie Sharkey. He's going to be training our men.
I mean, the man was basically born to train wrestlers.
Sweet Georgia Brown, I'm going to make our head women's trainer, even though there's no women for her to train.
Yeah.
That's fine. She's just
She'll be training herself.
Yeah. She's going to be training the rats.
She's going to be basically paid to run on a treadmill.
That's Army, probably service member in general slang for those horizontally. Yeah, she's training the rats. Okay, I am gonna. Okay, I need a stooge. And of course, Uncle Elmer the convict is the only ideal stooge, so that's fine.
But yeah, Eddie Starkey trained 67 fucking wrestlers.
Good. And our travel organizer.
He trained Twiggy.
He trained Twiggy?
Yes, he trained. No, different Twiggy. The Chilean Twiggy.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Not the Canadian Twiggy.
El Generico trained Twiggy.
Oh, did El Generico train Twiggy?
El Generico trained Twiggy.
And Patty the Kid trained El Generico.
Yeah.
Who was Patty the Kid exactly?
So Stu Gibson, he's just a referee. I'm not gonna make him the travel organizer. But Sweet Georgia Brown, I think, can be a good travel organizer.
But as for who? But El Generico wasn't alone.
Well, hold on. Since she is the valet for the Blackout, I'm making Sweet Georgia Brown everyone in the Blackout's manager, and if there's one person that doesn't fit with her, that's fine.
Sounds about right.
So, Sweet Georgia Brown. And who else? The convict.
Apparently Beef Wellington and training him too.
Training, what, Twiggy?
Yeah.
I was going to say, because I know he was trained by El Generico. It was the first ISW show I ever watched where Twiggy faced El Generico. And, like, the whole story behind it was that he'd trained him, and it was like a mentor versus protege thing. And,
what's funny was when it came to... Oh, go ahead.
And it was one of the... It's absurd because, you know, ISW, it's in, like, this fucking bar. There's barely any room for the fucking ring. Like, everybody is, like, nearly leaning up against the
ring. I remember that. How fucking tight the fucking nightclub was they used to run their shows out of.
Yeah, and then they don't even have, like, a proper entrance ramp. They're coming down these fucking fire escape-looking steps. And you have Twiggy running around giving everybody hugs and shit, and he's got that one fucking manager, that little fucking, like, that dude with the most punchable face in the world, who almost looks more of a kid, like more of a kid than Twiggy does. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, and the ring that looked like it was falling apart at the seams, that was made out of bits and pieces they found in a fucking junkyard.
Yeah, and then El Generico comes out, and they have, like, they don't have a comedy match in the slightest. They have, like, something that, like, wouldn't be out of place in, like, fucking Ring of Honor. And shit was incredible.
Hell yeah. And I also remember just how shitty the fucking sound system was, too. Like, you couldn't hear Giant Tiger's entrance theme until he was halfway out of the fucking fire escape.
Yeah. And
like, you literally didn't hear Kiss from a Rose until you heard the baby yell out.
So wait, who are the Bad Brothers?
Oh, the Bad Boys were just 2.0.
I thought they were 2.0.
And it's funny as hell to say, and I mentioned this when I went to AEW last year, because somebody who didn't know who the Bad Boys were, these two guys literally made an entire out of yelling the F slur while dressed up as gay biker.
Yo, that's one of the hardest things. watching like early CZW when you had the Cashmerinos, and they would come out and they would basically be like fucking getting over the fact that the audience was just yelling the F slur at them. It's like,
Then
come
again,
on,
that was the
man.
late.
Johnny Cashmere
I mean, that was
didn't
the late.
deserve that.
Yeah. I mean, that was the late 90s and early 2000s. It sucks, but
Johnny Cashmere didn't deserve that, though.
let's keep in mind this is also around the time that Roland Hard got super fucking over.
I love Rolling Hard.
But then again, he's one of those gimmicks where it absolutely, positively could not work today.
Thomas, how many years until we have Rolling Hard?
Fuck, when did Roland Hard debut?
He was around in 97, wasn't he?
Oh, he definitely was around in 97. He's from Charleston, North Carolina, which fucks with my brain because I'm from Charleston, South Carolina. Oh, he wouldn't debut until 96.
Okay, so 26 years from now, remind me to hire Rolling Hard. Okay.
Well, what was he? Because he obviously didn't come out the gate as Roland Hard.
I'm sure he would still be Rolling Hard in the mod.
Oh, he beat Tornado Taz.
Maybe I don't know if the 92 mod has him as that or Rolling Hard.
Yeah, because he debuted in OVW against Rip Rogers as Tornado Taz.
Dory Jr.
Roland
still
Hard's
NWA
first
heavyweight
match
champion.
was against Rip Rogers.
Well, my first match was Alexa. Mike, we're talking about Rolling Hard, not Owen Hart. You might be mishearing me here, because Owen Hart was around since the 80s.
Yeah.
Mike, are you
Yeah, when did-
familiar with IWA Mid South at all? Because
Oh, of course I am.
hiding bowls of heart.
Yeah. Owen Hart debuted in 83.
Yes, you are, Mike. Mike, if you're so high, you should have picked up on Rolling Hard for sure. I mean, come on, man.
So Roland Hard, he's a white guy who looks Hispanic, whose gimmick is that he's a stereotypical black man.
Oh, we're not gonna have the Crusher. I
let's see
hired
what's
the
going on.
Crusher only to not have him. Oh man. Okay. We have to decide. Are we gonna have the Crusher or are we gonna have Ox Baker? We cannot have both.
Why can't we have both?
Because today is Saturday, January 10th, 1970. Ox Baker is working in Tri-State. Tomorrow is Sunday, January 11th. The Crusher is working in the AWA. We don't have either of them next Sunday. Or no. We have Ox Baker next Sunday. We just don't have either of them next Saturday. So
if that's the case, that's a no-brainer. Go with Ox Baker to start.
Okay, so Ox Baker is going to be the first Tri-State Heavyweight Champion of ECW.
Because he likes to hurt people.
Yes. Well, he loves the people he hurts, according to Billy Graham's documentary.
He must have really loved the Gunkles.
Yeah. Oh my God, dude. Detainee Pyramid, what'd you serve in? Because I was prior military myself, a U.S. Army. I was a 19 Delta, Cav Scout. All right, so we're sticking with our
talking
original
about
plan.
doxing yourself.
Huh?
And you're talking about doxing yourself.
Well, no, military service is something else entirely. I didn't tell him when I served.
Yeah. Kind of like how my brother couldn't tell me where he was serving when he was deployed.
Well, yeah, deployment's something else entirely. But I mean, I didn't get deployed. I got injured at basic. So,
Yeah.
was that my whole military service is technically because I was National Guard, and with National Guard, what happens is as soon as you get approved at MEPS, you're officially in, and you start getting paid for going to like PT every month until you go to basic. So technically, my career was 2 months where I just went once a month to Fort Indian Town Gap and like did a piss test and then PT and then like 3 months at basic where I got injured right before graduation and then 2 months in out processing at the fucking reception battalion. Oh yeah, dude. You know it. You know it. And yeah, no, the thing is detainee pyramid, I like it's something I've actually struggled with for like a long time. Even still I kind of have issues with it. Where it's like the idea of like the title of veteran I'm kind of iffy about because like I went to basic with people um that like I was on a profile for a while when I was in out processing. Like they couldn't like because while you're in reception it's technically like basic, like you have to go to chow and shit, and there's still drill sergeants, they just can't make you do push-ups because like half of you are injured, but like you you still have to like go in line and they have you do like jobs and shit around base and everything. And like I couldn't even do a bunch of the jobs because my knee was fucking destroyed. So like, yeah, but detainee pyramid. What would you serve in? Were you Army too? Oh, Bobo Brazil just walked out of the WWF.
I would dive on that motherfucker like a live grenade.
Yeah. Oh my God, Crockett just hired Tojo Yamamoto. Yeah, exactly, dude. Survivor's guilt, imposter syndrome, all that shit, dude. And it's like, what was it? I was actually diagnosed with PTSD afterwards. And, like, I couldn't accept that at first. Because like, I was like, I never saw combat. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I was looking at the psychiatrist, like, dude, you're fucking nuts. Like, what's your fucking problem, dude? I didn't see combat. Nobody blew me up, dude. I still have all my limbs. Like, yeah, I fucked up my knee in a ruck march, but, that's hardly fucking military trauma, I thought. But, like, after a while, I came to terms that, you know, um, oh shit, 96 Hotel. All right, cool. Cool. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Yeah, 19 Delta with the cavalry. They were really fucking anal with like it, you know. Yeah, dude. Hey, I probably dodged a bullet too, cause what was it when I went in, and everybody was getting their assignments, and with National Guard's usually the first one to get activated, because people on reserve are usually stationed somewhere, and people who are active are stationed somewhere. Um, So everyone was getting their deployments, and at the time the Boku Harem thing was going on with the little girls in the bus, and like a whole bunch of the people I went to basic with had to go to Africa. I was like, holy shit, I have enough health issues as it is. In hindsight, dude, fuck, fuck. But yeah, no, definitely dodged a bullet there, man. So, but still, man, it's like what was it? One of the guys I went to basic with got stationed in Germany, and from what I heard, it was like really nice at that base up there. And he got like a whole bunch of shit. Now he runs I think think he runs a gun store in, what is it, Georgia?
Matter of fact, when I started with the place I worked at, the woman who trained me, she was stationed in Georgia during her military service as well.
Yeah, well, what was it? So I went to basic at Fort Benning, and from what I heard, they changed the name of it or something, or they were gonna change the name of it. Something to do with like just like the whole Robert E. Lee thing. I guess there's some racist.
Yeah, I remember that.
And
there's a few that they changed here in South Carolina as well.
Oh, nice, nice.
It's now Fort Moore.
Yeah, and they had two facilities at Benning. They had Harmony Church and Sand Hill, and all the infantry went to Sand Hill. Apparently, Sand Hill was like old as shit, and from what I heard, like a bunch of the buildings were still falling apart and shit. God damn it, why take pictures? Yeah, exactly, dude, exactly. The Abu Ghraib thing, that was fucked up. But and then Harmony Church was where cavalry and tankers got trained, and then there were Marines who were over at Harmony Church learning how to use the Strikers and the Bradleys. So like our drill sergeants were watching the Marines, and then they were going hard on us and shit too. It was crazy.
That might have been where my brother trained, because he's a Marine.
Yeah, well, they still do their basic in fucking Paris Island, but they'll go there for like extra training at like technical training and shit. Yeah, I'm fine with a generic venue.
Yeah, that makes perfect. Especially since I only live like an hour from Paris Island, so that probably would have been where he would have done his training.
You do? Wait, I thought Paris Island was up in New England.
No, Paris Island's in South Carolina.
No,
it's an hour from.
I'm thinking of Ocean City. That's where the Coast Guards are.
Yeah, Paris Island's in Beaufort County.
Yeah, no, fucking the Coast Guard gets trained in fucking Ocean City. Okay, so Eddie Sharkey ran pre-show training drills for 13 students. Word is that it wasn't a great session.
He'll get there.
And that's the only locker room incidents I had, which is nice. I'm going to inspire the locker room.
Inspire them.
You have given an inspirational speech. The entire locker room is now fired up and buzzing with anticipation. My basic was the 8 to 9 weeks, and my AIT was like 6 months. With cavalry, I think it's the same with infantry and tankers, at least. The AIT and the basic are combined. So you have, 3 months of basic, and then you have 1 week where you can go off with your family or whatever, and then you come back, and the whole platoon gets smoked to shit. And then you do your AIT then. So it's all together, though, still. And then you have your final graduation. Yeah. And, I was, at the end of the actual basic. And then, I was in I think it was the 12K ruck march. And my knee went one way and the rest of me went the other. Shit. So...
After looking up, Paris Island's an hour and 45 minutes away from me.
Shit, man. Paris Island's a fucking scary place. Have you ever seen, Marine training? That shit's fucking intense.
Oh, yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
So I was right. We don't have the Crusher tonight, which is a bummer. So... we will have the Crusher versus Ox Baker. That's what I'm trying to build to here. But for now, what should I do? We should get...
we should all run naked in the street.
Oh, I forgot to set up the tag teams. You're 5 foot nothing. Yeah, no, I'm... what am I? Shit. Guess I'll just fucking dox everything. I'm apparently 5'10".
Yeah, I've noticed that was one thing with Marines where they tend to be real short, because my brother's 5'3".
Yeah, Well, the funny thing is, I couldn't make weight at basic. Oh, here, yeah, Mike, of course you can. Of course I'm going to show that.
Take it in the street. Woo!
Like, why would I got a notification this message is held for review. Like, no, well, what's wrong with that? So the Fuller brothers are our only tag team. So we'll definitely put the tag straps
Well, who
on.
are we going to put the tag titles on then? We're so spoiled for choices.
We could put them on Blackout. Come on. The question is, which members of Blackout, though?
Ruckus and Sabian. We'll just give them a time machine.
So,
or just have Ruckus smoke so much weed he thinks he's in the 70s.
Well, Ruckus debuted in Wildside, so he's definitely an option in 26 years, right?
Yeah. Oh, God, Ruckus shared a locker room with Ron Killings. You just know how that locker room smelled.
Sabian, or Black G's, or whatever you want to fucking call him, when did he debut?
Let's find out. So, Ruckus debuted in 99.
Really? So he was in the real tail end of Wildside then.
Yeah, he was right around the time that Wildside had ended and TNA began.
Okay.
And Sabian started in 2000.
Okay. So
In fact, today is the 25-year anniversary of his wrestling career starting.
Okay, so we have 30 years, and then we can hire Black G's.
Also, let's give him a round of applause because he recently beat cancer.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, he recently was diagnosed with cancer and beat it.
What kind of cancer?
What kind of cancer did Sabian have? I remember he did mention what kind it was, but I forget. Oh, multiple myeloma.
Okay. Our main event of the first ever ECW show is going to be a hardcore match where Ox Baker defeats Gypsy Joe for the Tri-State Heavyweight title. He's apparently below the intended weight limit. Gypsy Joe is. What the fuck is the weight limit? How Gypsy Joe, how big are you? Gypsy Joe's 224 pounds. What do you mean he's below the weight limit? Apparently the weight limit is 230.
So it cut out there for a second, and all I heard was, Gypsy Joe, how big are you?
Well, I'm bumping down the weight limit for the Tri-State Heavyweight title to 215 pounds. The minimum weight limit for the Brass Knuckles title is 75 pounds, so we can give it to midgets. Which is an option.
I don't think it'll make weight.
So
Yeah, multiple myeloma. It's a cancer that affects the platelets of the plasma cells that can cause extremely easy bone fractures.
I was gonna say, I know that. Unless you're explaining it for the chat.
Yeah, for the chat.
Anything for the chat. My boys here. My boys Mike and Detainee Pyramid. The gang's all here. The Four Horsemen, Warren Millen, ECW Faithful, Detainee Pyramid, and Mike. Just Mike. Well, Mike, the thing about the lower weight limit is that it's to simulate, because especially in the territories they did kind of respect weight limits. So like, especially with like a heavyweight title, and also like the weight limits are also for like cruiserweight belts and stuff. I try to keep the lower weight limit realistic too, because like,
Head on, I'll be right back.
all right, man. Especially in like 1970, You're not gonna have fucking a bunch of luchadors fighting for a heavyweight title. In '92,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
a little
Psychosis.
bit more lenient, but like, it's 1970. Yeah, no, it really is a modern thing, because back in, like, the territories, like, the heavyweight title was, like, a heavyweight title. Like, they treated the belts like actual weight limits and shit. So you're, like, junior heavyweight titles were, like, literally junior heavyweight titles. So, yeah.
Like, you could argue the NWA junior heavyweight title was just as important as the 10 pounds of gold.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, they used to have, like, full-blown fucking, like, old-school entrances for that shit. It's really cool. If you ever see, probably one of my favorite matches was one when, what's his face? When, I think it was Tommy Gilbert? Not Tommy. It wasn't Doug. It might, because it was before Doug. It was back in the 80s. So it must have been Tommy. There was another Gilbert, though. Tommy, Doug, Eddie. I swear there was another one, but it might have been Tommy. But he was the NWA junior heavyweight champion. And, like, he had this incredible match in Japan. But, like, when they had the NWA junior heavyweight title matches in Japan, they would have a Japanese ring announcer and an American ring announcer that would, like, call it, like, super officially and shit. Like, up until, like, it had to have been until, like, the early 90s. The NWA belts were, like, treated like actual, like, sports titles.
Yeah.
And to be, like, a heavyweight champion you had to be, like, a certain weight and shit. Enforcer Luciano is going to be a member of the Voodoo Murders. That's, yeah. That works.
Yeah, I'm looking up the titles. So it wasn't Tommy Gilbert. Was it Tommy Gilbert? Oh.
I got 2 stables to build, and I'm trying to decide who I want the Fullers to face for the belts. I could have them feud with... I could just build up the Voodoo Murders as just this fucking dominant stable. And that could be the backbone.
Well, let me look up who I know for a fact has held that title.
Huh?
I know for a fact Quackenbush had it forever.
Who was it? Fucking one of the... Jack Briscoe. Was it Jack or was it Jerry? One of them held the...
It was... Yeah, one held the world, one held the junior heavyweight.
So, yeah, Jack held the world for sure.
Wasn't they had some long ass reigns with this belt too. Danny Hodge had like, yeah, Danny Hodge kind of cycled around the title.
Yeah, well, Danny Hodge was very underrated worker for his time.
Hiro Matsuda had it for a couple reigns. Ken Mantell had it.
All right,
Chavo
guys,
Classic.
we're breaking out the Copenhagen Mint for the second half of this stream.
Terry Taylor had it for 13 days.
Ew. Ew. Terry Taylor gives me the ick.
What did he do in particular?
He didn't do anything. He just gives me the ick. Isn't that what that means?
Oh, he's one of those guys where he just, like, there's not, you know, you can't put your finger on it, but there's just something about him that makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Wish Tiger Mask held it.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. The birth of the Voodoo Murders is going to be the name of this storyline. It's going to be centered around the Crusher and Ox Baker, but the Hell yeah, Copenhagen. Don't law Copenhagen me. Copenhagen.
Also, Tony
awesome.
Kazina had the belt for a couple times. So did Jimmy Rave.
Oh yeah, I could see Jimmy Rave with that belt.
Rest in peace, Jimmy Rave.
I need to. So Jimmy Garvin's gonna be managing Enforcer Luciano then. So here's what I'm gonna do. Storyline with the Voodoo Murders is gonna be centered around the Crusher and Ox Baker and the Fuller brothers. Damn right. It's all love. Hell yeah, man. But yeah, you won't see me dip his skull around here. Or Grizzly. Although I
Yeah, it
don't
doesn't
know.
look like any of the Taylors had it.
Huh?
It doesn't look like any of the Taylors had it. But I mean, not the Taylors, the Gilberts had it, but it looks like Tommy Gilbert Jr. had the NWA Southern Tag and Junior Heavyweight title.
It must have been a Briscoe match.
Probably so, yeah. Also, the original Tiger Mask held it too.
Well,
Now the belt's being held by being held by Too Hot and Fried Alex Taylor.
Wait, people still use it?
Yeah, the NWA is still running shows on a regular.
Well, I know that, but like, I don't know. I thought they just kept the NWA heavyweight title and then that was it.
No, all the belts are. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and pull the NWA up to tell you which belts are still active. Because they got a shitload of belts that are active. The World Junior Heavyweight title's still running. Yeah, the Mid-America title's active. The National title's active. The U.S. Tag titles are active. The World Junior, which is being held by Alex Taylor, that's active. The World Tag title, which is held by Mike Knox and Trevor Murdoch.
Mike Knox and Trevor Murdoch.
They're the current NWA World Tag Team Champions.
What a fucking team.
The World Television title's still active. The World Women's, they got three women's titles. The World Women's, the Women's Tag Team, and the Women's Television. And the NWA World Heavyweight title is being held by Tom Latimer, the former brand from TNA.
Here we go. So, our tag team title match is going to be Enforcer Luciano and Jimmy Garvin beating the Fuller brothers. Everyone's going to be pissed off, but it's to build up the Voodoo Murders. It makes sense. It just works. Well, let me remember to put the title on the line.
Max the Impaler still there? Yes, yeah, they are. Yeah, Max the Impaler still there.
It will. We'll have Crusher. We'll have Crusher beat Ox Baker then after a while, but
hell yeah.
What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna do a battle royal to crown the Brass Knuckles champion, because I have a bunch of people who qualify.
Hell yeah.
Jimmy Snuka, Mario Galento, Killer Tim Brooks, Ivan Putski. No, I want to give Ivan Putski a nice Goldberg run. So we could throw Jose Miguel Perez in there, and then...
You know, I had a really stupid idea the other day that I was thinking about doing for our fantasy stuff.
What?
Hiring Scott Putski, but making him incredibly stupid and clumsy, kind of giving him the Sean Stasiak gimmick.
Yeah.
But calling him just Scott Putz.
Hell yeah, man. Should I just have the blackout fill out fucking the battle royal? It's gonna be a blackout royal. And
It's a crown royal.
Barrett. Wade Barrett. No relation. My name is Wade Barrett. No relation. Who is going to be the first ever ECW Tri-State Brass Knuckles champion?
That is a fucking mouthful.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say it's Norvell Austin, and the first person to complain will get the belt.
Who's the most racist person in the company?
Eddie Sharkey. Eddie Sharkey, the first ever ECW Tri-State Brass Knuckles champion.
Like, you should just add as many descriptions to the title as possible. Like, it gets progressively longer with each day.
Just that tracks. Oh, now Mario Galento is unhappy about the booking too. He doesn't want a white man winning it. Alright. I'll just keep Mario Galento strong, that's fine. And he shouldn't complain. Okay.
Yeah.
Eddie Sharkey. Is he even a hardcore wrestler? Like... Oh, I forgot to put the title on the line.
That's some low-hanging fruit.
Oh my god. Alright, now I'm gonna just throw all the luchadors into one match. I'm gonna throw them all into one storyline. Just call it the luchadors. This is basically WCW. Like,
pretty much, yeah. Well, they just put the luchadors together for a match in the middle of the card and say, here, save the fucking show.
there you go, yeah. So Chavo, Fishman, and Ultraman are my only fucking luchadors. Unless you count Gypsy Joe. But he's facing Ox Baker right now.
Or the convict since he's wearing a mask.
Oh, that's true, yeah. There's no finer luchador than Uncle Elmer.
Imagine Uncle Elmer doing a 450 splash.
Imagine him doing a Canadian Destroyer.
I mean, hey, Trevor Murdoch could do a Canadian Destroyer.
So can Virgil.
That is true. I think Jeff Cannonball's done a couple, too.
Alright, Roddy Piper is a luchador today. We got Fishman and Ultraman versus Chavo Guerrero and Roddy Piper.
Well, he's definitely no stranger to chemicals that come from Spanish-speaking nations.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Ultraman's gonna go over, because why not?
Apparently there was one story where somebody visited Roddy Piper's house, and he set up a line clear across his entire fucking kitchen counter and just ran across it like he was running laps.
Shit.
Like he was running circles across the island in the kitchen, snorting lines of coke off of it.
I could see that. I can literally see that.
He also had a manservant that he legally had the name changed to Cocksucker.
Roddy Abrams.
Come on, Cocksucker!
So who is going to be the first victim of Ivan Putski?
Ivan Putski.
JJ Dillon or Mickey Doyle. You know what? I don't know what Mickey Doyle's capable of yet, so I'm gonna have him be the first person I feed Ivan Putski to.
And on that note, I'll be back in a couple minutes.
I got you. Alright. Referee. I want to track his undefeated streak. feed JJ to him next. Yeah, you're right, Mike. We could feed JJ to him. I'm trying to get as much out of JJ's active career as I can before he's relegated to just being a manager. So, like, that's why I'm going to put him in the cooldown. Give him at least something here. Because I don't know exactly what Mickey Doyle is capable of. At least per this mod. And, I mean, even then, you know, you want to play canon and shit, like, you know, butterfly effect and everything. This is the universe where I went back in time and started ECW early. And thanks to the butterfly effect, Mickey Doyle ended up sucking. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. Cause, alright, guys, you're going to have to remind me then. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to make Stu Gibson the referee for every Ivan Putski match. Just double check my analysis here. Or you know what? Here's what I'll do. I'll make this storyline Ivan Putski, and then I'm just going to include myself in it. I'm going to call his undefeated streak. Because I'm just going to make Ivan Putski into Goldberg, basically. And then what I'll do is, for every Ivan Putski match, you guys have to remind me, I'm going to be at ringside. And that way, I'm at least going to get some use. What's my gimmick? I forget what gimmick I gave myself. Rich Redneck. Okay. I guess I'm fine with Rich Redneck. Oh, it's unrated, so... Prepare a gimmick change. Guess I could just be an authority figure, right? Would the storyline still advance if I'm his manager? Like, because I'll turn myself face and be his manager if that works, instead of being at ringside. I don't know if storylines advance if you make the manager. Okay, you know what, that works. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, cool, so that works, and then I don't have to be at ringside. Well, I'll be at ringside anyway, but just in a different capacity. I'll be more involved. That works. Because I want to keep myself out of the ring. I want to be as kind of true to real life as possible. I was trained officially, and did have a couple of matches, but I'm nowhere near a solid wrestler. Bumping hurts. I'll wait till ECW Faithful gets back and we'll run the show and see how everything looks. But so far, I mean, I think this looks like a pretty solid card for the first ECW. I am a little nervous putting the tag straps on Jimmy Garvin and Enforcer Luciano, but it's for the sake of storytelling. Because, I mean, these guys are awesome. Well, they're not awesome. Jimmy Garvin and Enforcer Luciano aren't. But, I mean, to build the story, I'm a very territory-minded booker. I like to have my titles on a heel. Because they, you know, they can... the product is Classic Wild West. That's the product I primarily book in. And what I'll eventually do is, when I decide to turn us into Extreme Championship Wrestling, I do have the core product set as Hardcore Evolved. So we will eventually move to it and become ECW proper. But I mean, I do want to start out with something like Classic Wild West anyway, just because not only is it what I book best, but also it's not super antithetical to sponsorships and TV. Because I do want to get us on TV and stuff before I move us to Extreme. So, I've never booked Wild West Pro. I don't usually book. Okay, so here's the thing about products. I'm not used to booking products that aren't classic Wild West. I've almost always primarily booked classic Wild West. Because I've always played the 1970, the Territory Days save, like, since TEW 2020. And then before that, you had the customizable product. So I didn't have any problems. Like, I would just customize my product a certain way and then just book with a product that fit how I normally book. So with predefined products, like, I just stick with what I'm comfortable with, really. And then, in the 92 mod, it starts out with Classic Balanced, which is close enough to Classic Wild West that I don't have as much trouble booking in it. The only thing is, I'm not like a heavy angle person. I try to do as much booking through matches as I can, and that's nothing against like again the TEW 2020 or no the TEW 9 angle system. I know a lot of people don't like it, but like I do. I really like using it, and in my 92 save I used it a lot because I got TV right away. But yeah, the 3-ring circus I heard is really good. Personally, I I don't know. I like I've been booking Classic Wild West so long that like I'd be willing to try it in a save or two, but I've never actually done it. Um like I want to try some of the hardcore ones. The thing about like the more sports entertainment focused ones, I'm not a fan of just because I don't like booking through angles unless I have to. Like
Yeah.
I like to, because when you book through angles, you're not building any. Like yeah, they're building mic skill, but that's like skill in the ring that workers aren't getting. And on top of that, like I don't know, like I I grew up on early CZW, like when I was growing up, and oh, it doesn't require storylines or angles. Oh, okay, cool. So what is it more like a sandbox kind of product then? You back ECW faithful?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, okay, cool, cool. Um, all right, let's run our show real quick.
Hell yeah. But I'm fat. I hate running.
Oh, I forgot because it's the 70s. Like we start with like 35 and 32, just for the openers, is really good. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? Not only not only did it not advance the storyline, but apparently I am not a good manager for Ivan Putski. So we're just gonna have to remember. We're just gonna have to keep a mental note of his streak. Um, Wait, is there still an in-game notepad I can use? It's not. If there is, it's not active on the afternoon portion. Damn. Okay. Well, just remember he's 1-0 right now. And really good. He had a 35. Mickey Doyle had a 32. So, Ivan Putski. I think that I'd be better off without Oren Milne as my manager. Yeah, tell me that to my face, dude. Thanks. He knows I won't do anything about it. Dick. Alright. 37 from Ultraman, 38 from Chavo, 33 from Roddy Piper, and Fishman only did a 28. So, not good. Not good, Fishman. You're slacking.
Fishman caught a boot.
Oh, and his gimmick of no gimmick needed was poor. And apparently Roddy Piper makes a poor lounge lizard.
Yeah.
So,
Which, to be fair, there's nothing. The word Roddy Piper and lounge don't go together in the same sentence.
yeah. Yeah, Mike was right. Piper's Lounge just doesn't have the same ring to it. We got a nice solid 40 for this Battle Royal, which Eddie Sharkey won. Eddie Sharkey won, and his gimmick was good. I can't see their performances, so yeah, it's all right. Woo. Okay. Jimmy Garvin actually did worse than Enforcer Luciano. Now, granted, Jimmy Garvin's only 17 right now, but still. Oh my god, so the Fullers apparently had great chemistry together. 39 and 38 for the Fullers. It sucks. I should have made them heels because I could have kept the belts on them then. Because I book best by putting belts on heels. And keeping the belts on the heels, but it's all right. They'll get the belts eventually.
Especially babyface title runs, it's always better to keep them short and sweet.
Exactly. And you guys wanted me to feed J.J. Dillon to Ivan Putski. Look at that, a 37 in a cool down match. Hell,
just keep in mind, with titles, the money's in the chase.
Exactly. That's the way I always view it. And it's like, I'm a very territory-minded booker.
And you basically just keep it on the babyface till the high wears off.
Oh, fuck yes. Look at that. Ox Baker defeated Gypsy Joe in a hardcore match with the Hurt Punch to win the Tri-State Heavyweight title. 55 wrestling rating. The segment rating was only 50. That's just because of the crowd being a bunch of poopy heads. Gypsy Joe did a 42. I think we got to find a way to get the Tri-State Brass Knuckles title on him. Oh my god! Eddie Sharkey's a face and the Brass Knuckles title is on him. Oh god. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Okay, fair enough. But Ox Baker is on top of the world. And it's going to be fun seeing him face the Crusher when the Crusher eventually shows up.
Oh, hell yeah.
But this show increased our popularity in one region. Got an overall rating of 46. We're doing pretty good. Ox Baker is definitely getting some love. I'm going to give him a hug. And do I need to talk to anyone else? No, I don't. No one else really stood out and impressed me, except for Ox Baker. We lost $5,620 for that show. And wait, we started with a popularity of 0? Oh, that won't do. That won't do. Why a 0? No, I can't do that. I can't do that. What does, oh man. Mike, what does the popularity start at when you start a company on Rock Hard?
Well, that depends on how much Viagra is there.
I need to. Oh fuck. Cause that. Jeez, I wondered how. That show was in front of 74 people. God, no wonder the 13. You sure? Because you start out at insignificant. And then 17 is what you have to achieve to get to tiny from insignificant. It's like 6 below the next rank. So would it be 11? It would probably be 11. The company lasts longer than 4 hours. What's that supposed to mean? Alright. So we'll start it at 11.
This is Spinal Tap.
Alright, cool. I just got that. Okay, cool. That first show boosted our numbers up to 11. There we go. Yeah, because I'm not trying to go backyard to fucking global. Local to global is fine by me. Harley Race is in the AWA right now. Yeah, it really was a great show. I'm really proud of that. I think we got this. We got ECW off to a good start here in 1970.
Well, you think in 1970 it'd be called something like Extraordinary Championship Wrestling?
Well, it's Eastern Championship Wrestling right now, so.
But you would call it that with like this one fucking guy called walking people in the big top of the twiddly mustache. Come on, this is the newest territory of the National Wrestling Alliance, Extraordinary Championship Wrestling. Come on, live pro wrestling, freak shows. That would be that one jobber we have there.
Drug testing.
Yes, live competitive drug testing. Whoever has the most drugs in their system wins.
I just figured out. I just figured out where all my money went. Why does this mod start ECW with a drug testing policy? And
they want to make sure they're doing enough drugs.
And zero popularity to start too. Like okay. I need to go. Is that no? That's not under backstage. It's under. Oh my god, we just lost a shit ton of money. I drug tested everyone.
They did. Oh, they should have studied.
It's all right. Okay. Okay. I'm setting the drug testing policy to none. I can't believe that we ran the best show ever and then drug tested everybody.
Well, you have to celebrate it.
By drug testing everyone?
Well, yeah, because how they were celebrating with drugs.
Imagine
drugs. What would have been the drugs? What would have been the drugs of choice then? Barbiturates?
Quaaludes.
Yeah, Quaaludes, barbiturates. Probably a few inhalants.
Were there steroids in the 70s?
Were there steroids in the 70s? They were probably injecting cocaine too.
Yeah, cocaine, but like cocaine was like medicine back then still, wasn't it?
Well, some people used it. Well, it was one of the things where that's a good because I think it was around the time we realized cocaine was used recreationally was past the 1930s, 1940s.
But wasn't it wasn't it Reagan that started like getting hard on cocaine though, or was it Nixon?
Might have been Nixon.
The war on drugs started with Nixon, but like Reagan was the one who fucking popularized it.
So cocaine was actually made illegal in 1922.
Wow. So we're testing for
Or at,
coke?
least, or at the very least, the importation of it.
Well, they definitely they had benzos in the 70s, right?
Think so, yeah.
So like, but this was back when they were prescribing benzos like fucking candy. Uncle Escobar, yeah. That's what. Oh, well, that's why Uncle Elmer is a convict, because he's Uncle Escobar.
Oh no, benzos were actually, yeah, benzos were invented in 1955. And of course, you know, like most recently, what we saw with OxyContin, whenever new medication comes out, it gets passed around like candy.
I would play as Nixon. I would totally. Wait, Mike, I just realized I thought your profile picture was a shoe. That's like Doom Guy. What the fuck is that? Doom Guy, what is he doing?
Wait, is that Doom Guy or is that Duke Nukem? It kind of looks like Duke.
No, it's Doom Guy. Dare teach me. It's 1970. Dare doesn't exist yet.
I swear to God, I'm just the head of research department here.
Oh, okay, he has a whole turkey in his mouth. Okay.
Yeah, Dare didn't form until 83.
Okay, cool. So we got 13 years free of Dare.
You know, Dare doesn't consider marijuana a drug anymore.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm actually quite proud of them for that. God,
And what's funny is whenever that thing happened at work, they were trying to pressure me on getting a drug test. Like, you think the Dare line jumped the counter and started beating on me?
You're like, okay. So for the record, chat and anybody watching this afterwards, ECW Faithful is like straight edge. He is super straight edge. So don't worry about him. As for me, I make no promises, but I plead the fifth. Just watch my channel. I talk about drugs enough to know that, yeah, I'm not straight edge. But
The problem with Dare was it literally taught you how to do drugs.
it did. It did. Well, you know what? My interest in drugs started because of, I don't even think it was Dare. I think it was just in general. When I was enrolling in school, they had this big fucking book that was just all the drugs and their effects and their street names and what to watch for in case your kids are doing drugs. It was for your parents, you know what I mean? And I like, it got me super into drugs. Like, not doing them, but just like, it's like, wow, this is really interesting. Like, I'm really.
I was about to say, at school had a book in it. What an amazing concept.
Well, it was like something that they gave to parents that was like a reference, but it explained a whole bunch, and I was like, wow, this is really interesting. I want to learn more. And I did.
It basically taught you how to do drugs.
Yeah, well, kind of. Well, no, it didn't teach me how to do drugs. Fucking, the opioid epidemic did.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
Yeah, you know what? Where was this mystical drug dealer that gives you free samples? That's what I want to know. Because I never got them.
Imagine you go to Costco and the pharmacy's giving out free samples.
That'd be so dope.
Just keep going in line for the little like fucking portions of Xanax on a fucking toothpick.
Yeah, I like. Man, drugs are great. Granted, I'll admit, I never delved, like, I never got hooked on much of anything besides, like, obviously nicotine and cannabis. But, like, there was a while where I experimented. I tried, like, everything I could. Like,
I love how this is slowly but surely turned into, like, a fucking cracked out version of the Painkiller Already podcast.
This is ECW in 1970. What'd you expect? Might as well be Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia.
And don't worry, I might be fat from South Carolina, but I'm not going to start yelling racial slurs or start mentioning the age of consent being lowered.
Let's see. Dory Funk Jr. is still NWA Heavyweight Champion. Just making sure I didn't miss a title change. And
Finding Dory.
Apparently Antonio Inoki is not getting along with JWA management either. We're going to see fucking New Japan start in 1972, I swear.
I did. When did New Japan start?
Better living through chemistry, damn right. Hamilton Morris is a fucking god. I love that guy.
Yeah, it did start in 72.
Oh, okay, so it's fine. It's fine. I'll deal with New Japan.
Heater is the pharmacy again. Oh god, those prescription rotisserie chickens. It's medicinal.
Medicinal fried chicken. Oh, man.
Oh, speaking of chicken, so my friend Natty and I, you know Natty,
Be very
me
careful.
and her, we had a movie night the other night. We were just going through YouTube to find a free movie for us to watch together.
Yeah.
We see there's a sequel to Super Size Me, the Holy Chicken one. Neither one of us had seen it. I knew of the movie, but I had never seen it.
Yeah.
So we're thinking, oh, this would be fun. He who eats a whole bunch of chicken and almost dies. So we put it on, and it's him going through the process of running a chicken restaurant, which is fine until it gets to the point where he's going to farms and trying to rip them apart.
Really?
Like you're showing little chicks getting stabbed with needles the length of a gorilla dick, and then being thrown around into pots, being put into fucking crates barely bigger than the egg crates they hatched out of, and then you see them being taken to the farm. They're being thrown in their poor little heads and stomped on while they're being thrown into the farm. And I'm about ready to go look up Mark Briscoe and ask what the fuck is going on here.
You know Morgan Spurlock is a piece of shit, right?
He's also a dead piece of shit.
He died?
Yeah, he's dead.
When did he die?
It turns out when did Morgan Spurlock die? I know it was recent. In fact, the whole thing with Super Spies Me initially was he was trying to find a way. He was trying to get paid to find somebody to blame for the reason why his health was failing because he was on drugs.
Yeah, his liver was like shot to shit, and there's no way that McDonald's alone would have done that. And it like turned out it was like his fucking
he was
alcoholism.
Yeah, he was an alcoholic drug addict.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Yeah, he died last May.
Apparently he was like a fucking right-wing grifter too, just like fucking Mike Rowe.
I mean, does that surprise you with him? I mean, he looks like a right-wing grifter.
Why? I guess I'm my own moderator. How many gorilla dicks in a meter?
A gorilla dick's about 1.5 inches.
Okay.
Don't ask me how I know that.
Let's see. Jim Crockett Jr. got demoted in Crockett Promotions.
And also, Morgan had a shitload of sexual misconduct allegations, too.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, he was apparently just a horrible person.
And he tried to blame it on being a victim of child sexual abuse himself.
Which is ludicrous, because how many abused children don't go on to abuse other kids?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, he died in 1950. Yeah, he died at age 53 of complications of cancer in upstate New York.
I hate how people use their trauma as an excuse to be terrible people. Like,
precisely.
I'm gonna go grab another. Oh wait, no, I don't need to grab another Powerade. I still have some. Ooh. I should probably ease up because I gotta go to bed soon anyway.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's gonna be that annoying fucking race back and forth between the bed and the bathroom.
Yeah.
Is that
yeah?
what
So
Bed
pretty
Bath
much
and
25
Beyond
minutes
is
into.
after?
Yeah. So 25 minutes into that movie, we noped out of it. We saw they decided to watch Don't Be a Menace to South Central or Drink Your Juice in the Hood instead.
What was that? Fuck. Yeah, I remember seeing fucking slaughterhouse footage once, and it was really fucking disturbing. I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
And like I'm
In fact,
a fan of deathmatch wrestling. I can handle some gore, but like I don't know how people work at slaughterhouses, man. That shit's just like fucking extreme.
Plus, the thing is with death matches, not only is it people, it's also consensual violence.
Deathmatch wrestling is just like safe for work BDSM.
Basically, yeah.
Except it's not really safe for work.
Or like an off-Broadway horror movie.
Detainee pyramid. He's just going off.
Oh, yeah, he is. But yeah, that was... And apparently Natty had scrolled in later on, and they showed close-ups of chickens being slaughtered.
Yeah, I can't with that shit. It's too much.
Absolutely not. What? And another thing, and this is kind of the funny part of it. So my brother-in-law had ordered Domino's. He ordered a fucking pepperoni and pineapple pizza, which is his usual pizza. Don't ask me why. And he ordered a thing of buffalo chicken, like, you know, the little chicken bites that they cover in cheese and sauce and all that shit?
Yeah.
So he gave that to me. I went to go take a couple bites, like, this is good. Then my stupid ass realized, wait a minute, this is chicken. And I'm not going to let food go to waste, because it's always a whole pan of it and still fresh.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there taking bites like... just sitting there crying between bites like the Nutty Professor.
I'm waiting. I know it's gonna fucking happen. It always does. The NWA heavyweight title changes hands, and it's always on somebody like fucking Blue Demon. Mike, I don't know about you, if you've ever played the 1970 Territory Days mod in TEW 2020, but every time I played that mod, the NWA heavyweight title would always end up on Blue Demon for some reason. And I never understood why.
Titanium Pyramid, goddammit. And then your heart stopped.
I don't want to go to work tonight.
I'm so fucking glad I'm off tonight.
Guys, I gotta start. I'm gonna start streaming this like every week at least. Y'all need to motivate me every time I'm off to keep this stream going. I gotta stream enough so that I don't have to work.
I misread the name of HIW so fucking bad.
I did a run.
I read it as
Inoki, and Blue Demon definitely was NWA chip. Yeah, in '92 it usually ends up on Vader, which I don't mind. That usually tracks. But like in 1970, the NWA heavyweight title going on Blue Demon is like why?
Even though his son would later hold it.
Yeah, but like.
But then again, Blue Demon Jr. is a giant fucking star, so that fits.
Yeah. But it's like 1970. Why would the NWA heavyweight title go on a luchador?
But yeah, I misread it. I honest to God thought it said HIV new tag team.
Oh, dude. I can do alliance loans, right? Which means I should be able to use the NWA heavyweight title. I can have Dory Funk.
That you could.
I just need to figure out how the fuck to do it. Oh, but that's cool. I could see that happening, though. WCW putting the belt on Arn and then Inoki taking it off of him a week later. Like, That would be cool. Arn deserves that shit.
Oh, yeah. Even though you feel like it'd be the other way around since you wouldn't really see Inoki as a regular there.
Detainee Pyramid, are you familiar with the other NWA? You know, the Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, MC Ren. There's a bunch of NWAs, dude. I mean, granted, this isn't the one you're talking about regardless, but still.
Ironically enough, Ice Cube's son is a giant wrestling fan.
I wonder why he didn't join. Like, if Bad Bunny can make a fucking career. Mike, how do I get the NWA heavyweight title on my show?
Pay $50,000
I
deposit.
swear, if I have to spend money to do that, I'm gonna be so pissed.
That's what it had to do.
Oh, I see what you. Okay, I see what you did there.
Yeah, the only reason why Ric ran off with the belt because he paid the deposit, but Jim Hurt didn't want to pay it back to him. Which I'm surprised he didn't offer to pay the gift.
Jim Herd was an asshole, though, dude. From what I heard,
He was
apparently a really shitty boss to work for.
Oh, absolutely.
Through the Alliance screen? Okay.
Apparently in all businesses.
Oh, I can do it during a show, too? Okay, yeah, I might have to do that. Does, would I get Dory by doing that, or do I have to hire Dory first? View Alliance requirements, view Alliance titles. I can resign from the Alliance too. I'm definitely going to have to do that. I can vacate the title. I can edit the title. As a member, I can edit the fucking title. I could really fuck with the NWA. Holy shit. I'm not gonna, but I didn't realize I could do so much shit. I could alter the champion. I can replace Dory Funk Jr. with Abdullah the Butcher. Yeah, I saw I can make one too. I didn't realize I can edit the NWA heavyweight title as a fuck just by being a member. That's fucking awesome.
I've got a god-awful idea. Replace the 10 pounds of gold with the Divas title.
I could do that.
I wouldn't do that, but you could.
I could totally do that.
You shouldn't, but you could.
I really shouldn't do that because I'm trying to take this save seriously, but I totally could. Just seeing Dory Funk Jr.'s face next to the Divas belt.
Shitting on fucking almost 100 years of fucking wrestling history, all in one fell swoop.
Okay, I get him, but I have to pay for him too. Okay, yeah, I can do that though. I don't mind that. I mean,
it's the end of the title. You know it's gonna draw a crowd.
Yeah, I don't mind paying for Dory for a show. Like, I'll do it. It won't be on the next. It won't be like an everyday thing. I'll do it like once a year, but like I am completely down with having an NWA World Heavyweight title. Worship at the altar of chaos. You're don't tempt me, Detainee Pyramid. You haven't seen how I play TEW, man.
We're not worshiping at the altar of chaos. We're worshiping at the altars of madness.
Sheo Gorath would be proud, but no, I am going to respect the NWA and its history. I'm going to try to stick to realism as much as possible, but I just know the temptation is there, and I am going to have intrusive thoughts for a while.
We're at the altars of madness. You're Dave Vincent. I'm Pete Sandoval.
Title records, view defenses. I don't see the option to bring on Dory though, Mike. Is it under Alliance? View 50th State. View Alliance titles. What do I do then? Do I, edit title, alter champion, vacate. Just fucking vacate the title. ECW says Dory Funk Jr. doesn't deserve it.
What the hell was that?
Make the McDonald's United States Championship as the NWA title. Oh yeah, dude, I remember that. I had this was back in TEW.
Oh yeah, back when you put it on Ken Patera.
Oh, don't tell me Ken Patera is still here.
Remember that when you put it on fucking Ken Patera?
I do. And I had Rocky Johnson held it. It was as part. I tried to make it canon by saying it was a McDonald's sponsored heavyweight title, and it started on Rocky Johnson and ended up going on Ken Patera.
It was rock and roll McDonald's.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna fuck with the belts yet, but I do need to know how to fucking put Dory on, because if I don't have the Crusher next in 5 days, I want Dory. I gotta have Dory. Oh, god damn it, Dory! I don't know what you're doing in here, but goddamn YouTube skinny Indian motherfucking asshole is trying to disrespect the damn title, and I ain't about that. And he's throwing down and spitting on history.
Damn it, daughter! Why does that world title have the McDonald's logo on it?
You gave it to yourself? Mike, do you actually play as yourself too? Like you make yourself an avatar? Because that's like the only way I play. I don't know how people play, like how someone could play TEW as like Paul Heyman or as like fucking Eric Bischoff. It takes me out of it. I'm not Eric Bischoff.
Yeah.
What the fuck was WWF doing in the Hammerstein Ballroom? That's our arena.
Yeah. It's always better when you're playing with yourself. Playing with yourself is fun. I play with myself all day.
Giant Baba feels snubbed. Oh, he's getting disrespected by the IWE. I have a feeling All Japan's starting early.
When did All Japan start?
It started around the same time as New Japan. Because you had the whole history of JWA is really neat. Because you had fucking Inoki and you had Baba, and they were like the top people. They were like the aces of JWA, and then for some reason they got pissed off with each other and the company, so they broke off, started their own companies, and then warred with each other. Like, yeah. I usually
Yeah, and they
make some
started
ridiculous thing, not myself.
Baba, he started about 9 months after New Japan started, which is weird because you would think it would have been the other way around with the way the names were. But yeah, and he started with both Mitsuru and Yoshihiro, the sons of Ricky Dozan. So All Japan is the more direct relation to JWA than New Japan is.
Mike, you actually play as the Wrestling Bears? It's fucking nuts. Like, how do you keep your immersion in a save? How long do you usually play your saves for? Like, I'll admit, I try to run saves long, but then I usually end up, like, getting burnt out and then, like, breaking and then starting over after, like, I don't know, my longest save, though, was, and I really want to do it again, that's why I really want to try to do this with ECW now, is in TEW 2013, I ran a promotion from 1985 to 2010. And that shit was cool. You job yourself out on the pre-shows? So, wait, as a wrestling bear, you job yourself out on pre-shows? Or do you just do that in general with your booking?
Also, Ricky Dozon has surviving family that's presently in the North Korean government.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. The dude was North Korean.
Yeah. He was born Kim Sin Rak before he moved to Japan and changed his name to Mitsuhiro Momoda.
Like, to train young lions and stuff. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Like, that's how I like to book. Like, I try to keep myself, like, relatively out of it for the most part. Like, not like out of it. Like, I'll put myself in the ring if I need to. But, like, I book like I would actually book in real life. Like, I'm not John Zandig. Like, yeah, no, I mean, that makes sense. It's just, but, like, playing as a wrestling bear, I like... that would take me out of it so hard. Like, I don't think I could play TEW as a bear. Even, like, having the bears in the game, like, I thought I removed them. I guess I didn't. But, like, even having the bears in the game, because when you play Territory Days, and, like, the bears are realistically, like, 14 or whatever years old. But then, you know, when you have, like, a 40-year-old fucking bear wrestling, it just doesn't feel right. Like,
How long do bears live for?
not 40 years, I don't think.
Up to 35.
Oh wow, okay, so I guess it tracks. I guess it makes sense.
And of course, I'm not sure if that's counting in the water in captivity either.
There is one who isn't an avatar. Okay, yeah, so it was probably Ben, our fucking Southern heavyweight champion. Fucking. Okay, I need to stop these notifications because they're loud and I'm worried that they're gonna... Guys, I know I'm getting notifications and they're loud. They're not too loud, are they? Not
I can't even hear them. Shit.
Well, you can't, but your stream is muted.
Yeah.
So it's like you get the front row seat to ECW 1970.
Yay!
Let's see. We're almost there. Nah. Well, what's your longest save, Mike? What's the longest save you've ever done? I'm curious. Because that was, 85 to 2010. That was 25 years. That was crazy, because back then, like, especially with TEW 2013, like, the world wasn't super realistic, and you had freaking Mid-South, freaking Bill Watts Mid-South ended up becoming #1 promotion in the world. Like, they overtook WWF, they overtook WCW. Alright, cool. I just don't want to affect the quality of the stream at all. Because, I do want to do this long term. I don't think I'm making any dyspraxia content anytime soon. I was gonna make a video on fucking executive function and executive dysfunction. But, like, there's only so much you can talk about some things. Like, including dyspraxia, I've talked about it to death on this channel. Because it is it's what I have, it's what affects me, so I know it, but, like, it's just, like, now when I do videos, it just seems like I'm repeating shit I already said, and it, like, I don't know. 92 WCW save that ran into 95 and 20. That's not too bad. So, like, you actually play the Cornell verse. Holy shit, I haven't played the Cornell verse since, like, TEW 2005. No lie. It's crazy. This game was built around the Cornellverse, but like, I know very few people who actually like, play it. Fun pivot. You're right. Yeah. What did I pivot to TE Pyramid? There's some stream lag, so I'm not sure what you're responding to. If it's about my YouTube channel, I mean that's the thing. I want to try to keep some regular content going. So and I like how this stream is going. This is a very good stream. I'm gonna have to start scheduling it or something, but like, if I schedule it, I'm not gonna follow through. That's the one thing I found out. Like I work best in spontaneity, and ironically, like, I keep a more consistent schedule when it's spontaneous than when I schedule it. If I see a deadline and I don't feel like it, I'll just be like, oh, fuck it. And just be like, what's the worst that can happen? Where if I'm just kind of like, you know what, I feel like streaming, I'll just hop up and stream like I did today.
Yeah. That's the thing. When you make a deadline for something, it feels less like something you want to do for fun and more just like an obligation.
Exactly.
Like, oh, God. And fun should not feel like work. That's the thing.
Oh, Detainee Pyramid, that's what my channel is primarily about. Is my neurodivergent. Well, I wouldn't call it a neuroses, but yeah. It's so I was diagnosed with dyspraxia when I was 10. And what was it? There's very little understanding of it in the United States, especially. I mean, look at our whole health system to begin with. But like, I really didn't understand it. And I didn't think much of it. Like, I had an IEP in school, but besides that, like, I didn't really touch much on it or really look into it. And I didn't realize how much of it affected me until, was it 2018? I started doing stuff on this channel. And when when I made my first video living with dyspraxia, like, I actually looked into it, and I was researching it as I was making videos, and I started to I was like, oh wow, that makes sense. That's why I am the way. Oh wait, normal people don't do that or feel that. Oh shit, like, wow. And it really opened my eyes, and this channel was almost therapeutic to me. And on top of that, like, I used to get and back when YouTube still had personal messaging, I would get messages from like parents and kids and stuff saying, "Wow, your channel really helped me understand what's going on and shit," which is it's really heartwarming. It's why I try to motivate myself to make more dyspraxia content and shit, but I've just done it to death, and it's like all I do is repeat myself anymore when I make videos now. So it's like I feel like I've tapped into that content so far that like there's very little I can really move on about it, and I don't foresee any more research being done on it anytime soon to do any like news updates or anything on it. So,
Yeah,
I mean, if you're interested to Tiny Pyramid, like, check out my channel after this stream. I have a whole playlist just on my dyspraxia content, and I even talk about when I did like a mushroom trip and cannabis and shit, and how that's like on dyspraxia and everything. I feel like you'll like it, so yeah, definitely check that out. But for now, I do want to stick with this stream. This is a really cool, fun stream we're doing here, and like, I want to keep this a regular thing. And if I get big enough, maybe I could be like New Legacy or something. Not like New Legacy, but just big enough that I can not have to go to work anymore.
always the dream.
That's the end goal for this. I have two end goals for this series, and I'm gonna have to make the playlist afterwards. Yeah, no, it's not widespread at all. That's the thing. Like, when I was diagnosed, my the specialist had to print out some like article from Ireland to show to my mom because there weren't like any real U.S. Research resources to go off of. Yeah, ADHD. I was originally diagnosed with ADHD when they first figured out something was up. And oh yeah, I forgot they added these narratives and shit. That's cool. But then after the the medication didn't work the way it was supposed to, and like a whole bunch of stuff that was supposed to help with ADHD didn't help me. That's when I went to go see a specialist. And I went all the way up to like freaking Penn State University to go see a specialist at the time. And that's when they diagnosed me with just dyspraxia. Like the whole story behind it is fucking insane. But
And what's funny is that's more or less the same path I took when it came to being diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. Only thing is, it took a much longer. It was kind of midway between the two of you, in the fact that I've been diagnosed with ADHD for the longest time. Where they tried to medicate me to death for ADHD, nothing worked. The only medication that kind of worked was Strattera, but it made me puke my guts out every day.
ew.
Then later on, when I went to college, when I was getting to the point where I was honestly thinking, where I was honestly contemplating suicide every day I was there, I went to go see it because they had an on-campus psychiatrist. He gave me the diagnosis for borderline.
Yeah, well, exactly, dude. That's like, it's unfortunate how shitty our mental health, well, just our health system in general is fucking.
Oh yeah.
I will not mention the other Mario brother because even though my stream is very small and we're sticking at around 3 to 6 viewers, I'm not going to risk getting this taken down before I can pick up Steam. Yeah, I you know, but going off of what Detainee Pyramid said earlier about tolerating the public, yeah, I did retail for like 8 years. Fuck that shit. Right now I work in corrections. I can say that much. I definitely can't say more. Not even as an anti-doxing thing, but even as just like just because of where I work, it's like you can't be too open with it. But um like it should say something that I prefer working with former state inmates over working with the general public. So yeah, as I was saying though, 2 goals for this series, and I'm gonna make a playlist after this stream is over for this series. But 2 goals for this main series. One is to make it to 2020 in this save, as I transfer it from database to database, obviously. And the second one is to get this stream series big enough that I don't ever have to go to work again, except to stream. Woo! And with that, it is time for NWA Eastern Championship Wrestling.
And honestly, Detainee, I describe myself the exact same way. And I also know for a fact I'm on the spectrum as well. I just don't know exactly where.
Yeah, it's the unfortunate thing. Insurance. Or lack thereof.
I got insurance, but it's kind of funny on what it covers.
I don't have insurance at the moment. I'm waiting until until open enrollment at my job, which isn't until April. And I still have to see a bunch of specialists and I have so many labs I gotta get done. I have to go and get an MRI for my migraines. I have to go and get back X-ray because the suspected sciatica. I have too many health issues for my age.
I had to have a CAT scan done recently.
Okay, where are we tonight? We're in a generic venue tonight.
Now, is there an enrollment policy for Ambetter?
For what?
Because I'm trying to see because you might be able in the meantime to get head insurance through Ambetter.
Oh, that's true, because I do have Prime. Oh. Ooh, I'll have to look into that.
Because my sister, that's where her insurance comes from, and it covers most of the shit she needs. And keep in mind, she has MS and gets fucking infusions.
Why does this always happen in like the first 2 months of a save? Unfortunately, some of the equipment you use to run shows has been sent to the wrong place. The live event can still go ahead, but there will be a small penalty. Every time. Within like the first 3 months of a save, that always happens.
Oh god, imagine this being the show that fucking Dory Funk Jr. is at, too.
It is. It is the show Dory Funk Jr.
No!
Or it's the one I'm planning on. Well, no, because Dory will fucking save the show. Apparently, there's some heat between Stu Gibson and Frank Marconi over Marconi's senior referee position. Like, dude, he's like 55. Not a great session from Eddie Sharkey again.
With a name like Marconi, you'd be upset because he invented the radio or something.
Enforcer Luciano has gotten a lot of heat with the rest of the locker room for his selfish behavior. And that's it for locker room incidents. I'm not going to address the locker room. It won't be too bad because all my production... Yeah, I haven't even touched production. So we're probably at the lowest. Let me double check. Can I access production? I can. Oh my god, what is with my production being so high? No wonder this shit's expensive.
I mean, it's 1970. How good can the fucking productions be?
Semi-pro for production, which means custom ring aprons and banners. Semi-pro video editing. Medium for live event experience. Why did they start us at 0 popularity if they were going to set the fucking production so high? Live event experience, medium, which means live event crew mixing professional team leaders with amateur helpers. They work to ensure the fans have the best live experience possible. Semi-pro broadcasting quality, which is a single hard cam and 2 roving cameramen. And my music is local. Local musicians. Oh, man. 1970. We're fucking ahead of the fucking ball in 1970. The fuck? Oh, the mod maker really... Well, I can't blame the mod maker for this because they did design it so ECW starts in 92. But, like... Shit. I should have freaking, oh, fuck yeah, detainee period, the fucking killdozer. The unfortunate thing about that is it turned out like the guy was actually, like, in the wrong. Oh, I see, Alliance titles. Here we go. So what's the borrowing cost for Dory? It would cost $470 per show. I mean, I'm already dumping like $5,000 in a fucking show anyway. I might as well.
Yeah.
Let me see what I have available though. Okay.
Really, it's not going to take too big a hit when they bumping down the semi-pro with all this.
I'm still facing heel. I mean, I could bump the production levels down. I think it costs something to take them down though. So I'm gonna hire Dory. Dory Funk Jr. would not automatically come with the title as he is already at a show tonight. I can borrow the title without the champion? Oh my god, I could just Shane Douglas this shit. Oh man. We're gonna change the NWA heavyweight champion. We're gonna put the belt on Ox Baker and Dory's not even gonna be involved.
And they can all kiss my ass.
Will they let me do that? Will they let me just Put the title on fucking Ox Baker?
What did the stupid ass vacuum? Oh, that's what it did. Right over. You know,
Like,
they.
like, Mike, can I do that? Can I just fucking take the title and then just put it on whoever the fuck I want? Because, like...
Imagine the title just walking down to the ring on its own. Like it's just floating around on some invisible asshole's waist.
If so, I could be really fucky here. I could put the title on. I think so. They might take it off him like tomorrow, though. Oh my god.
Oh, like what happened with Bobo Brazil?
Yeah, well, except it would be recognized because I don't think the AI can modify the title history. Oh, I am so tempted, and I could just put it on. I could put it on me.
Or fuck, remember that one guy in the Dominican Republic who unofficially became NWA World Champion because they were worried sick that if Flair won the match, they were gonna fucking riot.
Yeah. I'm gonna do something really fucky. I am. They can't take the belt off me because they can't book me. Because I'm player control. Alright, Detainee Pyramid, I'll see you later. I'm going to be going to bed soon anyway because I work overnight, so after this show. I'm going to be John Zandig. I'm going to put the NWA heavyweight title on myself. Just because I can. I am all for realism. I am trying to be realistic. But if I can put the NWA World Heavyweight title on myself. Are you telling me you wouldn't do that?
I don't have the strength to say no.
Like, Mike, tell me you wouldn't do that. Like... Alright, first I have to decide who's facing Ox Baker in the main event. Let's see. Jose Miguel Perez, why not? He'll put on a good show with Ox Baker. I don't have to use everyone, because I already used everyone at the last show. Jeff Jarrett's your world theme intensifies. Oh yeah, oh my god. Should I... Oh, is it on Spotify? Would it be... I don't see... Oh, it is. Is it by Code Orange?
Gotcha. I gotcha. I don't know how well this is gonna play, but I gotcha.
Are you playing it?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, I can't hear it. So, which is fine because I'm streaming. I'd rather keep the audio quality clean.
Hold on. I guess I'm gonna have to do this shit a cappella then.
Wait, guys, hold on, Thomas, hold on. I'm gonna turn off my mic for this. No, wait. Okay, hold on. Wait. I'm gonna wait until it actually happens. But, okay, Alliance titles, borrow title, Funk ain't available, fine. Yes. Okay, now, this is gonna, the fucking NWA title is gonna be on the line in a fucking cooldown match. Because I am... I don't have the stamina to do more than 5 minutes, so...
It's going to change hands with Dory Funk not being there in a 2-minute cooldown match.
Actually, a 5-minute cooldown.
Make it 2 minutes just for the fucking lulls.
Well, no, it's gotta be 5 because I wanna get my skills up at least. So 5 minutes. Who am I facing for the NWA World's Heavyweight title? I should go against somebody who is. I should beat up a 15-year-old Roddy Piper for the NWA Heavyweight title. Okay. That's
Better yet, beat the convict and just blow on him to win the match.
No, I am. Yeah, that's true. If Tyrus can be NWA champ, then so can any of us. Thank you, Mike.
I try to forget that Tyrus was champion.
And he did it for Fox News.
Just to get the fucking title on national TV.
I'm below the minimum weight limit. And so is Piper. Hold on. Oh damn. Damn, I can't modify the title, can I? Not in the afternoon portion. Damn.
Can you modify yourself?
I modify myself. Yeah, I guess I could.
Do that. Just make yourself both 250 pounds for the night.
Or I could just use the in-game editor. That's right. I should have known better because I'm like 130 pounds. I can just modify it in the in-game editor. Let's see. NWA World Welterweight. Where are you, NWA World Heavyweight? Here you are. Isn't it just in your titles? Oh, it might be in my titles. I might not have to cheat. You're not cheating, you're not trying. Oh, it is in my titles. Oh, fuck.
Do it.
Minimum
Let's
weight.
make history.
The minimum weight is 130 just for me.
It's like when Rey Mysterio had the World Heavyweight title, but they just called it the World title.
Alright, let's see. Book segment. Yes. Okay, here we go. Oren Milne, NWA World Heavyweight Champion. I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay, now let's get some proper booking done now. I'm just going to put every title on the line. Everything else can just fuck off. So,
A pay-per-view.
yeah, tag belts are next. Let's see. Fuller's. We can do Fuller's versus the other guys again if I. Oh, you know what? The other guys are all brawlers. I could just have them be the wild brawl. So we'll have the brass knuckles title will not be a wild brawl. It will instead be a storytelling match where Eddie Sharkey is going to defend against I could put it on a member of the Blackout though. I could have Eddie Sharkey just hold the belt for 2 weeks and then drop it to the Convict.
That is true.
That works.
That is true.
So, alright, Eddie Sharkey was Brass Knuckles champion for 1 week, and then he lost it to the Convict. Because I gotta get the Blackout, like, some fucking cred. And Eddie Sharkey is, of course, unhappy about that. He doesn't realize that the Convict is a white guy. So, maybe not. You know what? I'll respect Eddie Sharkey's wishes. I need to see how he is in the ring anyway. So, we will just have him have a regular match with somebody who I know is going to be good. I guess Pat Barrett. He can have a good match with Pat Barrett. Everything is going to be good about this show except for the NWA heavyweight title match.
That's gonna be the best part. What are you talking about?
Me beating up a 15-year-old for fucking 5 minutes for the NWA World's Heavyweight title. Alright, 2 versus 2.
You do realize the NWA is going to want nothing to do with us after this, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
They're going to want absolutely nothing to fucking do with us after this.
I am ORANMIILNE.
Double D's.
Alright. Fullers against the Voodoo Murders in a oh, you know what I could do, because I do want to use everyone. I could do a 2 versus 2 versus 2 versus 2, since we're already throwing fucking since we're already throwing shit out the window. The franchise.
We're literally just throwing handfuls of shit at the wall just to see what the fuck sticks at this point.
I wouldn't say that. I'd say my booking is still refined, just not where the end just not super historically accurate, that's all.
Come on now, Aaron. We're having a fucking magnesium citrate drinking contest right now. And the wall is calling for us.
Fucking Norvell Austin and the Convict. And then we can have Bobby Cash get a win for the Blackout in the opener. And then Enforcer Luciano and Jimmy Garvin. Holler!
He ain't dead.
You
He ate the rock.
Oh, we were doing different things.
Yes, we were.
And then Jimmy Garvin will get the win. It's gonna just be a wild brawl. It's gonna take fucking 20 minutes.
Also, I love how Dale Albert kind of continued the tradition Jimmy Hart started of making songs that were just remakes of popular music.
Yeah, well, you know.
He had some themes that were absolute fucking bangers, though. Like AJ Styles's, Abysses. Even some that were sound alikes, like Ravens and Rhinos were fantastic. Then you would have random ones like Chris Sabins, which just sound... Chris Sabins or Low Key's first one, which were just sound effects thrown together.
Oh, like Right to Censor?
Also, Kurt Angle's theme, the rapper of that was the trademark.
Wait, Thought Trademark did that?
Yeah, the trademark did Kurt Angle's DNA theme.
Holy shit. Oh, Ivan Putski's gotta fucking go over. I'm sorry, Porkchop Cash, you're getting fed to Ivan Putski.
We're probably going to get a complaint by some redneck going a million miles an hour complaining about seeing Porky's butthole.
And then, I can't be at ringside because I'm winning the NWA title tonight. Alright, are we ready?
As ready as we're ever going to be to this.
ECW! Oh wow, Porkchop Cash did shit. He had a rating of 19. God damn. Yeah, the Blackout fucking sucks. Chavo defeating Fishman. The Luchador storyline gaining heat.
Latino heat.
Yeah, literally, yeah. This match was pretty good, a nice 36. With the Voodoo Murders. Make a defense, a solid clusterfuck, but a really good one. And it advanced the storyline. And it gained
all the things we needed to do.
Alright, Eddie Sharkey did okay with Pat Barrett. 44. Wow, okay, Eddie Sharkey is good. A 41
Hell yes,
Pat
he is.
Barrett is good. All right, it is time. I'm gonna shut off my microphone.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Spend my days working hard on the go, but the hands on the clock keep spinning too slow. 'Cause I can't wait to be alone with my baby tonight. You know my baby's got me wrapped around.
I had to pick I like that song.
It was it the anti-gray one or the TNA one? I couldn't really hear it.
Oh, it was With My Baby Tonight.
Oh, that was the. I figured it'd be one of the three because I knew it wasn't going to be chosen one.
With an in-ring performance of 17, I won the NWA Heavyweight title to a 14 rated segment with a crowd rating of 1, beating Roddy Piper with a Shining Wizard to become the NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
You just killed the fucking business.
I,
R.I.P. Put the thing in a casket.
well, it does look pretty in a casket.
Poor little Charlotte's not so pretty anymore.
I just tanked the prestige of the NWA World Heavyweight title. I'll check the prestige after the show. Remind me.
And they can all kiss my ass.
And Ox Baker fucking stealing the show as always, making defense
Of
number
course.
1 of his tri-stand. Oh, and then we go
Of
back to
course.
normal, like nothing.
That's
just
like when you chug down a
fucking
bottle of
happened.
orange. That's like when you chug down a glass of orange juice after taking some bitter ass fucking cold medicine. Look, you need it after the fact.
Our overall rating was still 40. We did good. The show didn't result in any popularity changes.
I wonder why.
Alright.
Oh, it bombed worse than anyone could have fucking imagined.
Ox Baker's getting a hug.
I think you need a hug after that too.
We actually didn't lose that much money. Only 409. Okay.
The whole business is gonna lose money on this.
Now
You're literally holding the NWA World Title hostage.
I know what you're talking about. They can put
You're
it on the
holding
line.
the fucking title hostage.
I am the NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
Please do check the receipts on that belt.
You speak to me with some respect, ECW faithful.
There shouldn't be faithful of anymore now.
There's
You
not
just
even
fucking dropped Batman and Little Boy on the business.
there's not even a fucking news story about it. The prestige only went down to 98. Yeah, the prestige only went down to 98 for now. For now.
Jesus Christ.
Look at this.
How the fuck they gonna get it back?
They can't book me because I'm a player character.
How the fuck are they gonna get the belt back?
They'll get it back after I drop it to somebody. I'm gonna put it on the crusher. It's 2 points. Yeah, that's true. It starts at 100. 2 points of prestige in a single match.
Uncle Ivan looks so disappointed.
You're still all the way back there?
But yeah.
Oh, you might have to hit the play button on your stream. Or not play, but hit the live button. It'll catch you up. Because...
There.
Yeah, I was going to say.
You think they would do that automatically? Shit.
Fucking... Just this image. Screenshot this image.
Hold on, let me go ahead and put it in full screen. Windows. Print screen. There we go.
I this is going on Reddit. This is going on our fantasy bookers. You the fucking history of this fucking title. I am about to become the longest... I'm going to forget about this, and I'm going to become the longest reigning NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And the day advanced...
And it's sent.
This is saved. This is... You cannot go back. I mean, technically you can, but you can't. This is... History has been made, folks. And with that, I shall... On that note, I shall end the stream. ECW Faithful, you can stay on a little bit. We could talk a bit after this. But, this, people are gonna want to see what happens next. You can't say I didn't hook the viewers. With a nice cliffhanger.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you send Natty over here?
I sent her a link, yeah.
Because she just subscribed 12 minutes ago.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, thanks, Natty.
Natty, if you're here, we see you and we love you.
Thanks to everyone who joined the stream. Mike, Detainee Pyramid, thanks for, interacting. Although Detainee Period did leave. But hopefully he sees the end of this. He left right before I put the fucking NWA Heavyweight title on myself. Have a good day, everyone. I will add this to a playlist. And I guess I'll schedule it just so you guys know when to watch again. Because I am definitely streaming again. As soon as I see the schedule for next week, I'll schedule the next stream. Just stay subscribed, and you'll see when the schedule goes up. Thanks for watching, everyone. Yeah.